Last time on Out of the Abyss, all of you have returned to Gauntlgrim to plead your case to the king. You need support, armies, money, anything to defeat the demons who have been growing in the Underdark for the past few months that you have been in there. And while you have longed for the surface, you feel you cannot rest. You cannot just leave it be. You have to return to that dark and hellish place and stop the demons, or else they are sure to destroy the surfaced world. However, your pleas to the king have fallen on deaf ears, for as much as he would like to help out, he has his own problems to deal with in Gauntlgrim. Which is disappointing, but some of the other faction leaders have shown an interest in your plight. Specifically, a certain Darva, aka Sexy Pants, who has asked to meet with you at the Great Forge of Gauntlgrim. However, in the middle of your meeting, there was an elemental attack. Several elementals have burst forth and started slaughtering the worker folk, the dwarves. And you have been in combat. Unfortunately, you have experienced a particularly bad casualty as J-Mitch's father got caught in the fray and took a mighty blow from none other than Nakul, who was using some untested AoE necrotic magic in the vicinity. And where we left off, J-Mitch saw his dad, whom he is not getting along with, topple forward in a crate full of broken glass, legs out, limp as a biscuit.
You said mighty blow.
Is that
a biscuit supposed to be limp?
Yeah. Limp as a biscuit. Thank you.
Limp after the mighty blow, yeah.
Why is mighty blow funny?
It's a sex thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's why I say mighty blow, then going limp.
It's like a mighty blow, like a blow job.
I've never heard it called a mighty blow before, and I've
it's adjectives. Okay, well.
Or else, like, I've fucked and I've never heard that before.
My favorite was when Kothar or JTC
Obviously
found out
never been.
JTC on Thursday, JTC learned that I was not a virgin, and he was quite surprised by that, despite me having a whole child.
I was not. That's not true. That's not true.
Wait, what part surprised you? Because you were definitely surprised.
The more than once a month.
How often?
Well, that also surprised you, but I feel like even when I was like, I've touched a D, you're like, wait, really?
That is true, but...
I'm so glad I brought this subject up.
Okay, can we...
Yes, less than 30 minutes to start talking about dicks.
It's actually Cora's turn. Top of the... Here, you know what? Let me get some boppin' tunes. Let's get some boppin' combat music. Battle with fire. Push play. Don't laugh at my naming conventions. There we go. Okay, Cora. We're in combat. What would you like to do?
Yep.
Kill things.
Can I take a look and see how's Nakul looking?
He's looking a little crispy, but pretty good, I'd say.
Okay. I'm going to... This is our second round of combat too, right? Second or third, something like that?
Something like that. It's round 3.
Round 3.
Fight.
I just dressed in her breakfast.
No, Brecky.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see why you asked.
Yeah. So that'll be... Oh, I guess... Is that an automatic hit? It's been like 2 years, and why do I still not know how this spell works?
So you shoot your arrow with an attack roll on your main
Regular
target, and then there is the
yeah.
secondary effect, which is the splash damage. Everyone in the splash damage makes a dex save. It's 2 different damage, so it's like a 2-part spell.
19 hit.
I'm pretty sure.
So it's
19 does hit.
targeting 3 people. Okay, so then damage on.
Okay. That definitely takes 21 damage.
Okay.
Now,
Do I need to roll the other formula?
yes, roll the other formula. Nicole, go ahead and roll a dex save.
I thought I was about to
Saves.
start the day with a nat 1 again.
You got a 17.
That's AC is I think 14.
The AC is 14. Okay. Cool. What is the other is 9? Okay.
9. Any
The
resistance to lightning?
they seem to be taking the full brunt of the lightning damage.
Cool.
All right,
that'll
let
be
me-
the first attack there. And my bonus action. So 17 hit?
Yes. Wait. No. Sorry.
Okay. So that'll be my second attack. Oh, critical fail. I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay.
Damn.
Does not hit. Very close.
right.
Almost.
Okay.
The heat waves distract your vision.
And I'm going to. Oh, is there a person behind me?
Yeah, that looks like a dwarf who's running.
Okay. And same with this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna distance myself a little bit. I'm just gonna move here. Am I still in line of sight of this guy? Yeah.
Let me check. There is a giant mine cart between you.
And it's no longer moving.
Oh, actually, I forgot. It was supposed to move during that last. It's not there anymore because it would have gone vroom.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. That is my turn.
Okay. That would make it Kothar's turn next.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my spiritual weapon. I don't have control. Can you move it 20 feet to the left?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to dash. I'm gonna move all the way over here. Can I try to drag Bart away?
So Bart is inside of a crate. It would take pretty much your whole action to pull him out, and he's a heavy-ass dwarf.
Okay. Then in that case, scratch that. Still same bonus action. 30 feet. I will just... For once I didn't have a backup plan ready.
You can then use your whole action if you had no other plans.
Well, I had to dash to get over there.
Oh, okay.
So I already used my action.
Where's your character? I don't see you anywhere near Bart. Okay.
I just moved it back.
Okay. Cool.
I will just, I guess, Toll the Dead, the one in front of me.
Okay. Make a save. Nat fucking 20. It goes
Okay,
like
that's
this.
my turn.
It sticks its fingers in his ears, looks at you, and goes.
Oh my gods, they have tongues!
Lucius, it's your turn.
Why are you surprised about that?
Lucius kind of looks around and sees that this one is still up that killed Lumi, and he's going to draw his arrows and lob them at him.
Lob those arrows. Mm-hmm. Very good.
That hits.
Mhm.
Right. 17 damage.
Holy shit.
Then he's going to lob his second arrow at it. In rage. Oh,
Do you have any?
I do not. This is okay. And he will. He will end his turn. Actually, I'll just move a couple more spaces.
Okay. This elemental right here turns to look at Nikul, and its fiery scimitar-shaped hand. With its fiery scimitar-shaped hand, it's going to make 3 attacks. The first one misses. Does a 26 hit?
Yes.
Does anyone have any reactions? Okay.
Unless it's the spell, no.
Take 9 slashing, please. And then a third attack. Misses. J-Mitch, it is your turn.
All right. Jamich is going to go into. Why can't I move my guy? Oh, game is paused. That's why.
It is?
Yep.
It's not
It's not.
reload.
Oh, I'm reloading. Okay. Well, sad day. Okay, Jamich is he's going to try and walk up and angle himself so that he can cast Dissonant Whispers on one of the fire elementals and point them if it's success, point them in a direction where it's off the cliff. So
Okay.
they like walk back into the fire.
Okay.
Now this is up to your discretion because normally Dissonant Whispers doesn't allow you to do anything that isn't inherently dangerous to you, but fire elementals jumping into fire doesn't seem inherently dangerous to me.
Okay.
To Jamich anyway.
What roll do they have to make? And which one are you doing it to?
I'm gonna do it to this guy
Okay. Roll so I can...
since that's the best angle I can get right now.
Okay.
Right, and I'm loaded back in. And
Pissonant
this-
Pispers.
Pissonant Pispers, that's right. He's gonna cast it at first level because he's not really worried about the damage. It's gonna be a DC 17 Wisdom save.
He fails drastically.
Okay, so yeah, Jamich doesn't. There's no creativity to this spell. There's no like food item that he pretends to have while casting this. He simply just says the words, the incantation in his mouth, and the energy goes straight out into this elemental's mind.
As you say to everyone else, but the elemental hears, "This place is too cold for you. Return home to Megara's embrace." You can roll the damage just to see.
Sure.
Okay.
11. It's not too bad, honestly.
A little bit. It kind of stops, and then it like stands on the edge of the railing right there, and then just like leans back, head back, and like, I don't know, trust dives off the edge, the 300 feet down.
As it goes over the edge, Jamich puts in its mind a blizzard, a freezing cold hurricane of snow that it's imagining as it's plummeting into the fire. It can probably feel the heat, but in its mind, the melody sounds like gusts of cold wind.
Okay, you've officially traumatized this guy as he falls.
Jamich looks over at his dad and ends his turn.
Okay. Seeing his buddy throw himself off, this elemental gets mad and is going to make 3 more scimitar attacks at Nikul, because Nikul is standing there and is so punchable.
Extra punchable
Right.
today.
Is that what you want as a tank?
It misses. It hits. There's no reactions, I'm guessing. For 7 slashing damage. And it misses. You have really high AC.
I do.
That guy is still falling to his return to the earth. Nikul, it is your turn.
Nikul, not realizing he actually has downed Bart, he's going to whirl around and look at J-Mitch and just like point at the crate. Get your father out of here! He doesn't
You
realize
just
that
see
he's...
J-Mitch's eyes, like, staring straight through you. 1,000-yard stare. That's
Nikul
it.
doesn't really know what to do because he doesn't know any other person that. Well, I guess he could ask Lucius. No, he's going to target the one that is currently between him and J-Mitch and take 2 swings as he like tries to push through the elemental to try and get to J-Mitch.
Okay, so the one between you and J-Mitch?
Yep.
Okay. 12 misses.
What is with their rolls?
I don't know.
It's fine.
25 hits.
Yeah. Might.
Oh, fuck. Please, smite away.
Smite him harder. Come on. That is 14
Woo!
damage, and then an additional 14 damage from Shinebreaker.
Oh
28
my
damage.
goodness. This thing, as you strike into it, and this, like, holy dragon magic bursts from Shinebreaker, it slashes through. You hit the heart like a shining ruby, and it cracks and then shatters. And this thing explodes.
Cool's going to take a step towards J-Mitch and then notice exactly.
You see, basically, when you look, remember, it was a big crate full of glass.
Right.
You just
I
see
just see
him
the legs sticking out.
Yeah, his legs are just sticking out, but they're not kicking. They're not doing anything. And are you taking a peek inside?
No. Can I
Okay.
use my bonus action to try and shove the crate?
Under the
Um,
tracks?
No. Like, I can move further and, like, push it away.
Sure. With your shield, you can do that.
Yes. Is that a...
No. How far does it shove?
Shove is... I think it's 10 feet.
You know what? Just make an
Hold on.
athletics check, just real quick.
Okay.
Oh, it's telekinesis that you're using?
Sorry, that was
No.
me. I
Oh.
was trying to read something and I clicked it wrong.
16?
Yeah. How far do you shove it? 5 feet? 10 feet?
It is...
5.
5... Well, it's within 5 feet of me. So...
It says knock
Yeah, I
the
guess it's
target at 5 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
You shove him that way, closer to the elemental.
It's fine.
You see the legs just kind of stiffly,
Dread
And-
is
and you hear
slowly
the
starting
sound.
to set in.
Yeah, you hear the sound of broken glass. He doesn't, like, you don't hear it oof. You don't hear it ugh. It's just pushes, and you hear the tinkling of glass.
The tinkle.
The tinkle of glass.
The tingles and the jingles.
On the crate.
That's his turn.
This elemental is going to rush J-Mitch. It's going to make 3 attacks. The first one misses. The second one misses. What the fuck? My rolls are bad too. What the okay. J-Mitch is so concerned with the state of affairs that as this guy is scimitar slashing at him, he's just like...
Jamie's just doing one of those things where he like fakes to go one way, but then stands still. And then like dodges all 3 attacks.
Yaslin, it's your turn.
So, I think Yaslin would probably want to try and help the person who's down. So, do you say it would take a full turn to try and get him out of the crate?
Yeah, that would take a whole effort to pull him out.
Well, it does seem to be what Yaslin would do, so... She'll move over to there, and what would I do then? Like,
You would just use your turn to pull him out. Make an athletics. He is a heavy dwarf, and you are a frail little elf, unless you are using magic to pull him out.
I don't think I actually have a spell to do that, so...
Cast levitate on him and just levitate him up 20 feet
Oh,
in the
no.
air.
Unfortunately, my levitate only works on me.
Yeah,
So-
Okay.
that would have been funny though. That's something that Batty
I
Betty
would
would
have
do.
done it.
Batty Betty would make a balloon animal out of him.
I
Yaslin,
failed miserably.
you start to pull on him, and you're like, "Mr. J-Mitch is dead. I've got you." And you realize that he's a lot heavier than you expected, and actually fall forward a little bit into the crate. And you come face to face, and you see his face. The necrotic magic has affected him very, very deeply. His eyes are sunken in, his mouth is sunken in, his skin looks like it's shrink wrapped around his skull, and his eyes are staring blankly past you.
He doesn't look the best, guys. He probably needs some sort of magical intervention to stay alive.
You mean, let's be clear. We'll make a medicine check real quick.
Is he
Yeah,
dead
that's
as a
probably
doornail?
tactical because she doesn't want to scream he's dead in front of Jamie.
Yeah, that's...
What I say, like,
Oh shit. Nat 20. This guy's fucking dead, but again, you don't wanna scare anybody. You look at it, he's like, holy shit, he's been dead
Never
for
been
6
more
seconds.
certain of anything in your life.
You're like,
This guy is nothing.
I don't know anything about dwarves. I do know he's dead, though.
Dwarven anatomy, 0.
you yell,
Death?
he looks
I
just
know.
like Haymitch did when he died.
Oh my god. James jumps off after the elemental.
Maximum psychic.
Emotional
Emotional
damage.
damage.
Okay, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Jesus Christ.
So, hold on a second. This elemental has to make a dex save real quick. And he fails terribly as a mine cart goes and just, I'd say it gets to about like there. I don't know how fast this thing's going. This thing is flying, and it like knocks this guy down off the railing, and he is gone. He just goes flying.
James kind of sees him trying to jump off and he just like nudges him back onto the rail.
Yeah, he's like looking at J-Mitch like he just took a tax, and then he like goes, "Ooh," and then he tries to go, and you're just like,
To be clear, Jamich is still looking at Nakul and just like holds this guy onto the rail
Oh,
without
no.
looking.
He gets hit so hard that he goes flying off the railing and deep into the 300-foot chasm below you. It is really
I'm
far
glad
down
I
there,
didn't-
guys.
Ooh, okay, wait.
I'm glad I
Can
didn't move up to that spot because I was thinking of doing that.
Can I do a reaction since as he's falling? I want to reaction cast Featherfall so he doesn't get to the heat as fast. So like he just floats and descends, but like he doesn't get to the hot part where like fire elementals would want to go.
Okay.
Just to be a dick.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you want.
Don't piss off the bard, guys.
I
Apparently.
feel like it'd probably take him more than 3 seconds to fall that far, so he could have just done that in the next turn.
It's a reaction.
It's a reaction though.
Yeah.
It lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's gonna be the Arnold Schwarzenegger, just like not Arnold, whatever. The thumbs up as he sinks into the lava where he wants to go.
No, that is Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it? In the Terminator.
Doesn't
movie.
Cora.
It is,
Go
right?
there though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your turn, baby girl.
Has J-Mitch's dad failed all the death saves?
I feel like. Okay, do you want the mechanical side of things or do you want the drama side? I've decided to not give J. Mitch's dad PC rules, but NPC rules.
Meaning?
He's dead.
He's dead.
No death saves.
No death saves, just
So spare the dying would not work on him.
no.
Okay.
Spare the dying, but he's already dead.
I thought of it. That was actually something I wrestled with, but then I realized that Ilvara didn't have NPC rules. Jorlin didn't have, or had NPC rules. Jorlin had NPC rules. I think it just, to keep things consistent. Also simpler for the drama's sake. We have things, we have contingency plans and RP and like, yeah, all that stuff. Oh, wow. That hits. Good job.
You got him.
14.
Holy shit. Okay, which one? Yeah, you're attacking that one. 14. He's looking hurt, but he's still up.
Okay. We go again. 23.
That hits.
10.
That hit. This thing is looking terrible.
Okay. Wah, wah.
You have 3 attacks now?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Want want.
Yeah. Just 3.
That's.
Only 3.
No biggie.
I've never had a character as high level as your guys' characters, so I'm like so like excited for you
Gloomstalkers?
guys.
Isn't it fun?
Gloomstalkers don't
Does-
fuck around, by the way. Gloomstalkers are
Does,
I know.
Yeah.
17 doesn't hit?
No,
Okay.
just barely misses.
That is my turn.
Excelente.
Were we supposed to get reinforcements for Miss Sexy Pants?
Puff the Magician played this
You
card.
wonder.
Kothar advantage.
Because I
Kothar,
thought you said she
Poof
was
just gave
running
you
towards
advantage.
us with. I thought I remember you saying she was
She
running
is.
towards us with a
She
whole bunch
is,
of
but
people.
she is not. She is quite far from you, not 6 seconds away.
Okay.
Okay. I'm also like live tweeting this session on my Twitter. Kothar, you have advantage thanks to Poofy the spoofy.
Spoof the Paffician.
Boof the magician.
Moof the magician.
Cool, thanks, Poof. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna use it to inflict some wounds.
I'll be on the elemental.
Or on the dead dwarf.
Oh, why not everybody? Everyone gets pain.
Dude, inflict wounds looks painful.
It looks like it hurts.
Yeah, like you're just like
it would-
melting the flesh.
25.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What?
Wow. That's
Oh,
rough,
I
buddy.
just like tickle the underneath of his chin.
Time out.
Oh, that's rough, buddy.
I'm
So-
I As your
Necrotic
DM,
damage is notoriously very like high damage, but low, but like also like
Reliability.
potential to have low.
3d10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you re-roll
35.
that. I'm
Okay.
giving you an inspiration because I can't stand this and I want this motherfucker to die already, and I'm not gonna like prolong this another turn because you rolled a 2, 2, and 1.
Okay. I mean, I could also just use my bonus action to bonk him with my spiritual weapon.
You know what? Do that instead, because then I feel like I have to let everyone re-roll their damage. Sorry, that was my emotions talking. I'm a very emotional mother.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action. Can you move it to flank with me to get hit with advantage?
Yeah. Boop.
And then I'm gonna attack him with my spiritual weapon. Watch minimum damage.
It's, you know what? You're so close. He's
Watch me,
edging.
Edith.
Mitch's dad's corpse count as an ally for flanking?
Nat motherfucking 20.
Well, it'll
Please
also be
roll.
sad if you fail to kill it with this.
Minimum damage.
Minimum damage.
Close.
Close. You know what though? It was just enough.
The dragon head just floats up and just bites his head off.
As it bites this head off, you see the ruby heart sputter and squirt and crash to the ground, steaming hot. And I think that's the last one. The commotion kind of dies down. Dwarves are running everywhere. Guards are rushing forward. Davros Sexy Pants comes forward, flanked by 4 other Zentarum thugs. Her little snake buddy isn't there, but she has other guards, and she runs forward. And they all look like they're ready to fight, but then they all stop and look around, and she's like, "Wait, they're gone? You took care of it already."
Yeah, that pain doesn't mess around.
Was
Best
there any
friends very
doubt?
strong.
Well, you
Best
don't.
friends very strong. Very strong best
Wow.
friends.
The power of friendship is impressive indeed. Aye, what about your friend in there? And she points to the box with the feet sticking out.
Cora is just like. Wait, no. Okay, wait. Cora doesn't know because she's still a baby cleric. She doesn't know that cannot be revived. So she's gonna rush over there. And she's going to try to cast Spare the Dying on him anyways. And as like tears just well up in her eyes because it's not working, and she thinks like, Kothar, help.
Kothar like runs over and he like looks at Yaslin like, "You looked in there, what's going on?" And then when
And yes, it's like,
yeah, he's like, "Shit." So he just like basically dives in the box and starts like trying to get him out like really quickly, and he's like, "Help me, help me."
Jamitch,
Of
what
course
are
I
you
know.
doing?
Jamich is standing still, exactly where he is. He is vaguely aware of what everybody else is saying, but it feels like it's coming from miles away or like down the hallway or something. All he really understands is that he feels his heart beat pumping louder and louder and faster until it overwhelms his ears. And all he's doing is picturing, like, he's burning his gaze into the back of Nicole's neck.
Nicole is currently trying to pull the dad out of the crate. For the rest of them.
The 3 of you pull him out. There are shards of broken glass in his face and neck, but he looks almost like a mummy that has been dead for days. The necrotic magic was very potent, and his eyes are just staring.
Kothar's head whips around like around Nicole, and he like locks eyes with Jamich, and he says, "Jamich, come here now."
Jamich walks up.
There's like ringing in your ear. It's
Yeah.
everyone sounds underwater.
Yeah.
So like as like Kothar is using like one hand to like move the body into like kind of like that typical like dead position, he like grabs Jamich and says, "Kneel, quickly."
Jamich, like, barely understands what you're saying, but like he's conscious enough to understand and like obey what you're saying. Like he gets on his knees.
As Kothar like fixes the body, he takes out like behind his behind his pouch like a very shiny gem. Pays no attention to Cora, by the way, when he pulls it out. Typically he would, but he immediately like wrenches like Bart's hands open, even though despite like the rigor mortis, they're like clenching together, and he shoves it in like one hand and clasps the hands together. And he looks at Jamich while holding the hands and he says, "Jamich, look at me."
Jamich is still looking at Nicole.
Jamich, and his hands just like shoots out and like basically like wrestles, and he says, "Do you trust me?"
What are you doing? What are you doing?
"I can bring him back."
Yeah. Do it. Bring him back. Bring him back.
Your help. I need your help. Clasp your hands around his hands like this, and he basically like shows Jamich to like clasp his hands around the hands that are holding the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "We don't have time. Listen closely. Think of something that made you happy with him. Anything. I don't care what it is. Just think of something that made you happy as I do this. Okay?"
All right. So Jamich, do I have to verbalize it?
No, you just think it.
Okay. So Jamich, in his mind, as he's clasping his hands, he's just like, he's trying to recall a happy memory that he shared with his father. And he feels like a piece of shit because it's coming up blank. And then finally he remembers that he does have some happy memories of his dad. And he goes back to when he baked his first cake and his dad said that his cooking wasn't total shit. And a strange sense of pride welled up in Jamich's chest, and he realized that he wanted to continue to cook to prove to his dad that he was not total shit. He recalls the memory of his mom, and his dad together, and his mom finally welling up the courage to say, "I'm out of here. What you're doing is bullshit," and closing the door behind him, and slamming the door behind her as she leaves, and Jamich closing his ajar room door, secretly watching, and realizes that that is the happiest memory he shares of his father.
As Jamich thinks those memories, the diamond in like Bart's hand starts to like glow, starts to like become warm, and eventually it starts to like glow and pulsate this like divine color before like Kothar even puts his hands and starts casting anything. And like when Kothar sees that, he immediately like puts one hand over Bart's chest and like another hand over his eyes, and he mutters under his breath, "Tomorrow, let this work. I've never done this before." And he's gonna close his eyes, and as he starts casting, that light that's like in between Jamich's hand and Bart's hand starts to like glow hotter and brighter. And it just keeps getting brighter and brighter until eventually it's like an explosion of divine light that just covers them as he casts Revivify.
Everyone feels this energy. It is the first time you've ever cast this or anything. This is the most powerful magical healing spell
I have ever cast.
Cora's like, Jamich, this happy memory you have of your father, you kind of almost feel guilty because it's like,
Definitely.
You're happy at his demise or his failed marriage.
It's definitely a shameful sense of joy.
But it works because remember, he looks like a mummy, right? He's sitting here like this. It glows. There's stillness. You expect his flesh to return, the color to return, and the blood to return. But as his fingers start to move and a breath, he unfortunately still retains that ghastly appearance, as the necrotic magic was so powerful. It's like damaged his flesh, his body. But his eyes slowly open. And you
Jameis.
hear under his breath, he kind of whispers the name of your mother under his breath, as if he was just thinking about the moment that she walked out. And then he quickly shakes his head and looks up around everyone. What happened?
You got pretty. Jamitch looks down at him and goes, "You got prettier." Which is actually the only inside joke him and his dad share of whenever they get hurt or injured or maimed. They both say, "You got prettier."
It kind of gives a half smile. Is the glass okay?
Fuck no, you were working with it.
Fuck, son, we can't afford another broken shipment. Oh, I feel like death. The guards start running up. They all look at him. They're like, Golds, he looks horrible. We need to get him to the infirmary. Quick, quick, quick. And they're like bringing out a stretcher for him. Darva kind of leans into Kothar. Nice job, kid.
Jamitch turns to Nikul.
Nikul is like stumbling over his words as he's realizing that it was him who caused all of this.
As you're
Didn't mean-
as you're stuttering, Jamitch goes and first of all, he casts Mage Hand to get a little bit of extra strength, and grabs you with 3 hands, one of them being the Mage Hand, and pushes you just so much, right as a minecart is swerving by, but holds you fast.
Are you letting this happen, Nicole, or are you going to resist?
He's going to let that happen. He's a little bit too stunned as he's realizing that it's not where he's used to fighting, where there are other people that can get hurt.
Jamitch looks at you and goes, "You did this.
I didn't mean to...
What were you thinking?"
I was thinking of getting rid of the elementals. You can't tell me that you haven't ever tried doing magic that you've never used before.
Yes, in controlled places. Do you think every time I cast a spell, every time I have a whim, I just go for it? No. I study. I look at incantations. I read them like a recipe. And I measure out exactly what I need. And I make sure that I know what's there before I cast it.
But I'm sure you've never dealt with having a muscle that you've not used in ages. Using it for the first time, not knowing how strong you are, not knowing how weak you are, how much you can do, what you can and can't do.
And whose
Have
muscles
you?
are those, really? Whose power are you really tapping into here, Nikul?
Mine.
Bullshit.
You don't know anything! Nicole sort of lunges at him.
Are you making
Jamitch?
an attack?
No, he just makes an intimidating lunge at him, but he stops himself from...
As you
actually
do
striking out
that,
at him.
acid kind of like drips from your lips. And it's almost like you want to show who you are so bad in that moment, but you like contain the urge.
Jamitch smiles. He goes, "You have no idea what you can control and what you can't, do you?"
Doesn't
know
have
what?
an answer, and he just stares at him.
You know what? Fuck this. You don't really care about me. Or my family. Came down to the Underdark for my family. I found what I needed to find. But now I'm back with what matters most to me. And I'm keeping it. Fuck you guys. Staying here. You guys can find your own fucking army. Jamich does a very casual... He's smiling on the inside when he does this, but he just like a very casual hop as a minecart comes through and whisks him away.
And Jamich disappears from sight. Nakul, you're feeling very frustrated because you don't feel obliged to explain, but you kind of wish you could. But you're frustrated at yourself, you're frustrated at the reaction. Lots of feelings right now. You're all in your feels. Davra is kind of sitting there watching all the drama with a little bit of a smile, but she doesn't want to like interject. Then when you all are awkwardly standing there, just says, trouble in paradise amongst the best friends I see. Are you still willing to talk?
As she
Yes.
utters that line, Lucius comes running around the corner for where he was at, and he's like, "Is everyone all right?" Oh,
Jamich, go away.
full.
Yes, well, it's very sad. I'm sure he was very close to you all, but can we please talk? I thought that we had to deal with a demon incursion.
Multiple demon incursions.
Yes, as I suspected. I suspect this elemental attack has something to do with that as well. Megara has been in a slumber for decades, perhaps hundreds of years, and yet she seems to wake. Elemental stirring. I don't think it's a coincidence. This is bad. It's bad for the underworld. It is bad for the surface world. We need to convince the other factions for their support, and we need to get down there. But we can talk, just not here. I know a spot, a little hole in the wall. Good alcohol. Are you in?
We'll be there.
We have to be. Yes.
All
Where
right.
is-
Just follow me. And she turns around, and her sexy pants walks ahead, flying.
Sexy butt crack.
She has butt crack
scrunch
pants.
butt pants.
Yeah, she has scrunch butt pants. She has the
Butt
TikTok
crack
pants. But they're
Does
like
she make TikToks in her
what
spare
level?
time?
She does. She does like TikTok dances.
Thirst traps.
Absolutely does thirst traps. Are you gonna follow her, or are you gonna fuck off and then go later?
I think we're gonna follow.
I guess
her.
we follow.
So
we got nowhere else to go.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I'm sorry.
We have no idea where Jamich went.
I don't want to
Yeah.
ruin. I don't want to take away your agency, but I just wanted. Okay, so you all head back up to. She leads you to a minecart. Instead of going back up to the Vault of Kings, it kind of like veers off to like a darker section of Gontal Grim that looks like it hasn't been fully reclaimed. It's kind of empty, but there is an old tavern. It is not busy. It's kind of shady. A lot of cloaked individuals are there, and it definitely seems like a place that people who have quiet business want to conduct business. And she leads you to a table, orders herself a stout ale, and whatever they're having, it's on me.
One apple juice. Realizes that it's on her tab. 2 apple juice.
Do you
A keg
want
of
that with or without adult drinks? Has Cora ever had a drink?
She has. It was the first time was I think this episode with she was trying to be cool and impress Jamish's niece, I think. But she thought it was yucky, and so then Jamish's niece gave her some edibles, which she liked
That's
a lot
right.
more. Yeah.
As, as you order that, she kind of like looks at you, Darva, and she goes, huh, you kind of remind me of someone that I know. It's so cute. Anyways, as you see, the demon incursion is a problem. I've been trying to talk to the other faction leaders, but Brunor has been stubborn.
You know their price.
Their price, everyone has a different price. You have the hippies of the Emerald Enclave want to restore balance to nature. The Lord's Alliance want to make sure that their trade connections remain intact, and the stuffed shirts of the what the fuck is that faction called? The hold on. The Gauntlet, the Order of the Gauntlet, I think. Yeah, the Order of the Gauntlet. They just want to defeat evil. In fact, I feel like any of them would be willing to join your cause if only we could get back to the Underdark. But unfortunately, a certain someone from the Harpers made that impossible. And as she says that, she yells in a direction in the corner of the tavern where you see a little halfling playing some kind of gambling game in the corner, and you recognize the leader of the Harpers, Devin Alton Chandler, kind of hustling someone. She kind of yells that over at Devin Alton Chandler and looks at him.
You guys see a very clean-shaven halfling without any glasses on. He takes back a shot of what you can only assume to be Drudge, and you see a very angry, like Minotaur-esque looking man, like walking away frustrated, Devin collecting the rest of the cash on the table.
Cheating
he is
again,
wearing.
Devin.
It's not cheating if you don't get caught. And he's wearing a black shirt with a harp emblem on the chest.
I thought you goody two-shoes at the Harpers were above cheating.
Again, not cheating. If you think so, prove it.
She rolls her eyes and beckons you over. Come, join us. We are discussing business. Everybody, you know Devin.
Well,
Means
I
make the ends, apparently.
don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting any of you guys. Pleased to meet you. My name's Devin Alton Chandler, at your service.
Devin play games? What
I
games
play
does
lots
Devin
of games.
What games
don't.
Devin play?
I play 3-card ante. Would you like to play?
No, don't play. Don't play. He's gonna cheat. He's gonna take you for everything you have.
What is
There's shiny coins in it for you.
It's when they rig the game so that they always win, no matter
rig
what.
the game?
Just because I'm good at the game does not mean that I'm rigging it or cheating. It just means
Devin, I
I'm
know
better.
you cheated when we played last week. I know it. I'm still trying to
Everybody
get that
says
money
they
back.
cheated. Nobody can tell me how.
Davra looks very frustrated.
Would you like to play a game?
I would like. Fine, play a game. See,
I put 3 cards out on the table, and I go, and they're like folded vertically, taco shaped. For those of you who in kindergarten were like, the kindergarten teacher's like, you have to fold your paper taco shaped, but like nobody's gonna ever tell you that in the future. Yes, they fucking will. It'll
I've
follow
never
your
heard
entire
that.
life.
I've never heard that in
It's
my
taco-
entire life.
Hot dog
It's
shaped.
taco. It's
Taco
no.
versus
I'm
hot
sorry.
dog.
It's taco or hot dog. It's hot dog shaped is what he's folding it.
Versus
Yeah.
what? How do you say?
Hamburger.
Taco shaped,
Hamburger.
which is the
Hamburger.
horizontal shape.
Got it.
Or hamburger.
That's so cute, and it makes so much
Yeah, now
sense.
you know.
This is my first time.
So
Right.
hot dog shaped tilts, and he flips up both the card or all 3 cards. 2 of them are 2s, and 1 of them's a queen. And he goes, you just have to follow the queen. And he flips the cards back over, and he goes, if you pick out the right card, you get to win. And he starts flipping the cards over and over and over again. And then he's gonna do a little sleight of hand roll.
Also, you have to explain to Cora what she has to do.
Just
So-
take the right card.
Yeah, you just have to pick the queen. You just have to pick which one's the queen. Which one's the queen? Follow
Or-
the queen.
Are you like doing like shells?
Yeah, it's 3-card ante. Yeah,
I've never.
3-card Monty. Yeah, so there's
Ante
3
is-
cards.
Called that.
You're doing
It's-
sleight of hand?
Yeah,
It's the shell game. You basically.
Okay.
It is the shell game. It's basically a shell game.
Cora, you have to do a sleight of hand against Cora's passive perception.
So I just
Okay.
want to let you know that I also have the observant feat.
Perfect.
Yes, link that because Devin doesn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the relevant bit of that is your passive perception, correct?
Yeah, so my passive perception
Ooh.
is 21.
Okay, you have to beat a 21, Devin Alton Chandler. But do you remember? I don't think we have your stat block. What is your?
I have it.
You do have it. Okay. Oh, that's so great. Just so you all know, Devin Alton Chandler was the PC that played in when I was a little PC playing a little druid. Buff was a player alongside me, a rogue, and this is like really tickles me for this little cameo. I love it so much. I know it's not like meaningful to anyone else in this group except maybe Poof, but
I remember
Evan?
you saying about that when you were talking about him in the meeting hall.
Devin Alton Chandler has a +12 to his sleight of hand.
okay. So roll a d20 plus 12. This is going to be
And
very fun.
I rolled it on D&D Beyond.
Okay. Do you want to
And-
message me and I can say how this goes?
Sure.
Like a secret? Like a secret?
Yeah.
I can't wait to explain this.
Watch you
what
get a
is-
nat one.
Cora, what did you say your passive perception was?
Plus 5.
You rolled that, or that is including your, is that what showed up on the die? Sorry, not you, Cora, Devin. Is that what you
Yeah,
rolled?
that's total.
That's the total.
total.
Okay. Okay, and then Cora, what did you say it was?
21
Okay.
plus 5 to my passive perception.
Oh, the 21 doesn't. Oh, okay. It doesn't count automatically.
1 second.
I would say it does.
In any case, Cora, Devin is so good with those cards. But you notice, barely, just a smidge, his fingers do a very interesting little thing. I don't know how you would cheat at this game. I think you would like swap out like a card.
So
how
what-
would you cheat at this game?
So what Jamich does is he has an invisible mage hand that nobody
what
knows about.
Devin does, not Jamich.
Sorry, what Devin does. Jamich also has an invisible mage hand, but Devin has Arcane Trickster mage hand, which is super sneaky. So what he does is he casts his mage hand, it's invisible, and he sort of palms the card in the mage hand palm, but then like turns it over so you can't see it. And then sticks it into his jacket or his coat while you're looking at his hands.
So Cora, you
Very
notice
stealthily.
the fingers of Devin do something very similar to what Jamich does when he summons his mage hand, and you've seen it 100 times. And you notice it just barely. You notice that he's trying to cheat.
Okay. So
So if I'm understanding this correctly, she sees the card go in.
You failed your sleight of
Right.
hand. Yeah, so she
Gotcha.
sees you conjuring the invisible mage hand. Like you do like a little and on a normal person you could get away with that. But it just so happens with her excellent Kenku
so where
brain.
does the card go?
The card goes in my in my shirt, like right behind this pocket.
Okay. So Cora goes,
follow the queen, follow the queen. And you see her little beady eyes following the queen. And then she says, follow the queen. And she reaches into your breast pocket and she pulls it out.
Devin is impressed.
Davra, who's taking a big swig, chokes on her swig and just starts laughing maniacally into her tankard, like.
And Devin goes, see, it's not cheating. You just didn't know the rules. And hands over all of the gold that he has won that entire night to Cora, which can be whatever number you want, I guess.
Roll a d. Roll. Are you playing like for gold? Because gold's a lot, right? Were you playing high stakes?
He was just
kinda...
playing in the tavern just for shits and gigs.
I'd say you made like 80 silver.
Yeah. So what Devin, dang, I've been playing James for a while. What Devin normally does is he collects all of the earnings. He tries to prey on rich people when he does this, and then goes out the day after to where all like the lower class people or the poor people would be and hands out the gold. Or reverse pickpockets people into
I remember that. He
the
does.
pockets, yeah.
He would put like mud in people's pockets if he thought they were rude.
Yeah.
So Cora takes one out for herself and she shines it up and puts it in her pocket. And then she gives the remaining pouch to Davra to cover the losses of when she played with.
Well, that was so much fun.
Davra's
but
just smiling.
we were talking about what were we talking about?
We were talking about how you and your little Harper friends had to go around and cover all of the entrances to the Underdark.
Oh! Yes, and you see Devin's mage hand appear right in front of him, and the minor illusion is cast, and you see a door open. He goes, yes, the demon incursion is quite significant. It's made the Harpers do something that they've never done for years, and that's coordinate with each other. We have closed off, and you see like two doors like shut closed, as we have closed off every known entrance to the Underdark.
And that's the real reason why Brunar won't help anyone, isn't it?
I don't know of Brunar's reasons, but that's probably part of it.
You know, I've been
Think
seeing
of it this
you
way:
whispering in his ear
demons
all
can't
week.
get out. Harpers can't. Harpers live to fight another day.
The demons will
You
find a way to
really
get out.
Exactly. Do you really think just collapsing entrances, not dealing with the source, is going to be able to keep demons off of the surface?
Do you really think if we had a bigger plan, I would be able to share it with you?
Oh, stop with the mystery act, Devin. We all know you're not that plan-aheady.
Do you speak for the rest of your organization?
Every Harper speaks for the Harpers. Every Harper speaks for themselves. It's a very fun organization.
Davra leans in. You know, the biggest difference between the Harpers and the Zentarum are the Harpers are very much a lone wolf type of organization. They don't really communicate or work together, where the Zentarum are like a small family. We would die for each other. We support each other. We share all of our information with each other.
Your knowledge of the Harpers is quite renowned, Devra.
Thank you. Devin.
Why
I feel like
meet
there's
with
some...
best friends, if not help best friend? Why?
So, I'm so
She's
happy
talking to
you're...
Devin.
Oh, Devin,
The,
okay.
the Harpers are a curious bunch. Just because we don't share all of our information up front doesn't mean the information's not available. Just gotta know where to look. For example, he takes out a piece of scroll. To Devra, it's just an empty piece of parchment. But to a Harper, and he puts a symbol onto it, an illusory script starts to ignite in front of it, and like script starts to be written out. He goes, to a harper, it could be a diary or pertinent information. And you see the front page, the front opening page of Open for Ragnar printed out onto the parchment.
Which is a lewd book written by one of Devon's party
Very-
members about another of Devon's party members.
Very lewd book of
It's like some
very
spread legs.
fun fighter man. But yeah,
Heaven.
What else is discernible on that scroll? Is there a signature? Is there a crest or a seal?
it's not significant. It's more of just Devin explaining that the Harpers, although they are they branch out and they're not quote unquote organized, they are still an organization and they're still very powerful in their own right.
So he's just bragging.
He's just showing
Yeah.
off, little Kenku. Davra's like so over this shit.
Now, what I cannot offer you, I don't know, you guys are looking for organizations to join the cause. The Harpers don't really join any cause. What they do, they offer their assistance where they can. And assistance you shall have, just not in the form of our organization. And he does the thing.
Suddenly, in the corner where Devin was, you all see it. You thought it was the furniture, but a shadowy figure stands up, 8 feet tall, and looms over and then walks over to you. At first, you think this is a giant man here to fuck with you. But it is not a giant man. It is a giant robot. This is what is called a shield guardian. And Devin has the control gem that controls it.
Everybody, and he pulls out the shiny gem that he's been palming in his hand the entire time. Goes, everybody meet Sheila.
I am Sheila, ready to serve.
Sheila is a construct and a golem, and is quite powerful. Can be used to assist you for many, many dangerous missions that you wouldn't really want to go on yourself. Remember that one time when you took a fireball for us?
Yes, I took fireball in 2 ways. I absorbed fireball and then cast it back at enemies.
Did you build her?
Devin is not proficient in machinery. I simply serve. You know that the shield, the shield,
Acquired you.
the shield guardian has a unique ability where the one who controls it, the one who holds its control gem, can cast a spell upon the shield guardian for it to be stored and then cast according to whatever triggers or parameters the original caster has defined.
Like a Pokemon.
What is a Pokemon?
Well, pocket monster. It's short for pocket monster. You put this gem in your pocket with the monster inside, it's a pocket monster.
Are you calling Sheila a monster?
I am not a monster. I am a construct. I serve whoever holds my gem, which is Devin, Alton, Chandler.
It's stuttering because it knows it's not my real name. But
What's your real name?
I just look. I look over at Yaslin, and I'm like, "Do you ask somebody who's wearing a mask what they look like without the mask?"
I was about to say, is that
Yes.
do you ask strippers what their real name are?
Right.
He's a stripper.
Strippers, what's your real name? Cinnamon,
Yaslin
what's
just
your
watches
real
strippers.
name?
And Devin takes the gem, and he puts it back into his sleeve, and he's gonna do another sleight of hand check.
Okay. Against who? I mean, against everybody. Go ahead and roll.
All right. I'll
Maybe
secretly
against
tell you what
Cora.
it was.
You're good.
Okay, I will. And then he looks at everybody and he goes, "Well, it's about all the help I can get, or I can give." Devra,
It's Davra.
right? Listen, I'm sure your organization really wants what's in the Underdark for some reason, if ands or buts. Quite honestly, I don't care. Just do your best to help them out. Seem like a nice group.
So, was your help just showing us that you got this big robot, or are you actually offering to come with us?
This is.
Oh no, I don't go into the Underdark. It's grimy, there's no good booze, no good women. Not worth it for me.
There's plenty of good women in the Underdark.
Plenty good men too, to be honest.
So then spell it out more clearly for us. What exactly aid are you offering?
I already offered it to you. It's right over
What's
there.
the cost?
And Devin looks at Nakul and he goes, "The cost was the game, which you already won. Well, Cora won. Therefore, to the victor goes the spoils. Now, it's no fun for me to just give you something, but go ahead and check behind your ear, Nakul.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing
Exactly.
there.
There's nothing there.
I go, now that was fun, but it's actually in Yasin's pocket. And you feel in your pocket, and the gemstone is there.
The control gem, specifically.
Yeah, the control gem is there.
Just for flavor and for RP and a meme.
Yeah.
Cora, while you've been talking, she's turned around and she's been using her expert forgery to replicate the control gem. And she's actually gonna pull it from behind your ear.
You take one of your gems, do a little like shit to it.
I work on it with some tools.
Yeah.
And I pull it out from behind your ear.
You know what? Because it's just for RP and flavor and the meme. I'm gonna just say yes.
Sick.
Devin is super excited for that. Like he understands the mechanics behind all of this. Like he understands the mechanics behind the magic, but he's just like, magic exists everywhere. You just have to know where to look. Isn't that right, little bird?
She's gonna try to. Can I try to do a sleight of hand to make it like in like a magic trick? Basically,
Yeah.
with advantage? Okay.
Devin sees her do this. Can Devin help her with his invisible mage hand?
I mean, you don't
Oh,
have
never
to.
mind.
She just rolled
Yeah,
a
never mind,
23.
Never mind. I don't want to.
It disappears.
You'd blow some like Ferris Res infested blanket
Yes.
all over the room.
Okay. One more fun little thing before I go. Saw what came out of that corner, now see what comes out of that corner. And he points to the opposite side of the bar.
Everyone looks.
There's nothing over there.
And then he's gone.
Everybody turns back around, Devin's gone.
Davra is in the middle of a swig. And then as she like pulls away, yeah, he's fucking crazy about me. Anyway, shall we talk about real business?
Where are the other two?
So wait, Yaslin has the control gem now, or was it a fake one?
You have it.
The real one.
Sheila's still there.
Sheila is there. I am at your command.
Oh, interesting. Does it have to be attuned or something, or
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
yeah? That's just I've already got 3 attuned items, so
We'll figure it out. You're all kind of sitting there scratching your head. Davra's like, well, anyways, what Devin wants you to believe is that the Harpers have sealed off every entrance to the Underdark, including Gauntlgrim's main road. What he doesn't know is that the Zentarim has planned for this. We actually have a secret entrance.
And it'll fit
You
her.
expected
It's a secret entrance, not a tiny entrance.
you expected the Harpers to close off the entrances to the Underdark?
They've been telling us about it all for the last several weeks. He's been here, convincing the king that it was the smart thing to do.
Not very secret of them.
They weren't doing it secretly. They were quite loud about it. I have the secret entrance because I am of the Zentarim, and we have business in the Darkrig.
Why Harper do this? Why benefit Harper?
The Harpers are a bunch of goody two-shoes who want to help people through subterfuge and spy mongering. And they figured if they just close off all the entrances, that the demonic threat wouldn't affect the outer world. But the Zentarim are not that naive. We know.
Zentarim smart.
Yes. See, you remind me so much of my friend. I should introduce you. I think you two might hit it off, you know. Are you of, I don't know, Kenku, are you of dating age?
Yes.
I'll have to introduce you to my friend one of these days. You two would be amazing together. Anyway.
Quite like friend.
Yes. You know, he says he likes friends, too. It's just wild. You guys have, like, the same personality. It's crazy. Anyways, we do have a secret entrance, and I think that after your hard work in the Great Forge, defeating those elementals, we can convince the rest of the factions to help, and we could even convince the good King Brunor to send some support our way. What do you say?
I don't think we can turn down any help.
Much bigger than just us.
Yeah.
I know you were wondering what the payment would be, and you were getting especially fussy when we asked for a share of the treasure, so I have a different proposition. The Zentarim used to have several outposts throughout the Underdark, leading to our secret trade post. They have long since been lost. I would appreciate if you would help me rebuild them as we make our travels, and it would benefit you as much as it would benefit us. I assure you.
And the others wouldn't raise a fuss about it.
The others, which others?
The other factions. The Lord's Alliance,
I-
perhaps.
The Lord's Alliance is more concerned about the surface world's dealings than the Underdark dealings, though the threat, if we could really emphasize that the demonic threat is a threat to the surface world, I'm sure they would help. We just have to really emphasize that it's not just an Underdark problem, it's an overworld problem. They would not want demons running around, believe me.
Well, that mushroom thing taking up half the planet would probably be something we can convince him with.
Are you talking about Aramikos?
Yeah, that one.
Aramikos has existed for thousands of years. We have no reason to believe that it's a threat.
Well, it's getting married to, like, they're saying there's a marriage between them and a fungal god, so...
So
Yeah,
good
that
point.
could probably
They've
do it.
taken interest in
Point.
Oromikos.
And then Cora's gonna start to sing their like wedding song.
Oh, God.
And now the tavern's deathly silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, what the fuck? Are you telling me that a demon is trying to marry Aramikos?
Yes.
Gain a hold
Yeah.
of is probably the more understandable word.
This is very bad news for me and the Zentarum, but also probably for all of mortality. Yes, I believe we need to hold an emergency meeting. I will speak to the other faction leaders. Meet me I will arrange a meeting with Brunor back at the War Council. This is important. You've already proven yourself. You've proven that you are capable. I will vouch for you. I will insist. Get some rest. Brunor's War Council tomorrow.
All right.
What time?
After all this beer I've had, I don't know if I'll be able to wake up on time.
I will arrange it for 7 a.m. The sooner the better. And then she stands up, takes the rest of her swig, and she kind of is just like, yeah, that Devin is fucking crazy about me, that rascal. And then she's just strides off.
Strays out.
She strays out.
Listen, it's the booty pants. Mm-hmm. They restrict movement.
And the heels. She's wearing like this tall heels. She's like,
Like 10-inch heels?
Like, yeah. No, like 8-inch heels. 8-inch heels.
Oh, okay, because 10's too much, but 8's just fine.
There are 8-inch heels that exist. It's, you know, a dancer thing.
Do they happen to be like clear?
Not only are they clear, but they have like little LEDs inside of them. They light up as she walks away.
Really stealthily.
Clack, 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 clack.
Those shoes are very extra, aren't they?
Can I just
They
say,
kind of fit her butt.
do you guys remember the old movie Josie and the Pussycats, which is based off of
Yes.
a little cartoon? There was a scene. So I saw it as a kid. I didn't think anything of it. I saw it again as an adult because it was like on or whatever. And Josie was on a date and she was wearing clear stripper shoes. And I was like, why is she wearing stripper shoes? That is so random.
Listen, sometimes the budget for shows, I would know, sometimes the budget for shows requires creative solutions.
Like, I've never seen those shoes on anybody except for a stripper. Anyways,
That's all they had.
maybe
I
they
don't-
just thought that's what rock stars wear.
I don't think I've seen that movie in over 20 years, so I don't remember that.
That's the only part that stands out to me is that there were like stripper shoes. That the main character was stripper. Anywho, you all head back. Wait, you don't even know. You don't feel welcome at J Mitch's, so you just kind of like stay.
We'll stay here.
You'll
We'll stay here
stay.
tonight.
You get some. You go. You get some rest at the inn, and you ask the innkeeper to wake you up at 6 so you can be there by 7. You're all cranky, and you
Does anyone
all.
know your way back there?
You can easily ask for directions. This is not going to be
That
a
was
problem.
me. That was Jaslyn asking the group. Like, do we know the way back there?
Yeah, Cora can't get lost, and she's been there once, so we're Gucci.
Also, Snaggletooth might be able to lodge us up for the evening.
Snaggletooth is still staying with J-Mitch.
Was the okay?
You head back to the war room. Let me get some appropriate music. Are
Are we not going to find J-Mitch before we go back to the war room?
You don't know where.
Cool is going to leave early and go knock on his door.
Nobody answers. You're at the war room now.
Okay.
No. DM is like, no. Nicole, you know,
Jason
okay,
doesn't
here,
care
I'll do
though,
this
right?
more gently. You go back to Jamish's place and you knock and knock and knock, and you realize that either he's ignoring you or nobody's actually home.
Okay.
And you're feeling kind of weird about it.
He's ignoring you. You know.
Oh, I thought
He
he was.
is going to call out for good measure. We're meeting with the rest of the factions at 7 a.m.
You could swear you hear the slightest, like, as you're walking away, like, through the like, in your mind, you can swear you hear the slightest, That's it.
You all arrive at the war room. Brunor is not there, but you see the leader of Order of the Gauntlet, sorry. Lord Laniver with his handsome beard. He's like a handsome older. He looks like Charles Day. Is that Charles Dance? Charles Dance. Looking very sternly. You see Lord Erevan of the Lord's Alliance, who looks like Carrie Elwes, going, and you see Davra kind of like talking, explaining, and like, I don't know, pumping you all up. And as you all enter, she goes, our intrepid heroes, come. I've managed to speak to everybody here. We are going to convince Brunar to let us lead an expedition through some Zentarim exclusive passageways. No thanks to Devon.
And you're certain you can convince him?
I'm certain. We have the Lord's Alliance. We have the Order of the Gauntlet. We even have the Emerald Enclave. And she points to the dwarf scout woman who's just kind of sitting there rubbing her temples like, Aramikos is going to marry a demon queen? What is happening? Yes, I knew we'd get those hippies on board. Thank you for that bit of information. That was just the key we needed. Also, I would like to introduce you to my lieutenant. He will be joining you on your little excursion. And she gestures to her Yuan-Ti friend who slithers up next to you all. This is Nero. Nero, introduce yourself.
So Nero is a Yuan-Ti. For those who don't know, it's a snake person. Has a very snake-like head, but instead of like a hood or like a very sharp nose, it's very rounded and very curved, much like a boa constrictor would be. Also has a square pattern of like black stripes that like descend down in black, and he has like more of a darkish green hue to his skin. Wearing the what seems to be the uniform of Davra's gang. I forget the name of the gang. I'm so sorry.
Zentarum, and it
from the Zentarum, which is
like
just
a snaky dragon with wings going downwards, eating like a circle.
Perfect. Yeah, he's wearing that on a black shirt with an emblem to the side, and then hot leather pants.
But wait, does he have legs or does he have a snake leg?
He does have legs, but in the pants that are like tight to his scales and skin, there is a big giant cutout, and you see the juiciest, thickest, most luscious snake tail that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Wait, so is he wearing pants or is he not wearing pants?
He's wearing pants with a tail hole.
With a cutout.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
does he have human legs and a tail? Or I thought Yuan-Ti just
Human legs and a tail.
I thought Yuan-Ti's legs were fused together like a mermaid.
Are
But
they?
yeah.
There are variations.
I've seen
It's
Yuan-Tis with like a tail, like almost like a naga, and ones with
It
actual
looks like a
humans.
naga in WoW.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But
Never
there,
mind.
There are variations where.
No. I want a thick
Be
snake
what-
boy. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, 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 no,
Whatever
no,
you
no, no,
wanna
no, no,
be.
Kothar's gonna hit
I-
on this so hard.
just
Shut
want
up,
a juice-
shut up, shut up.
It's just a juicy snake tail with no legs. I like that better, actually.
So you're
It's way more
like
fun.
Ariel the Little Mermaid, but with a big,
Yeah.
thick.
And I'm
Okay.
Donald.
You have-
and I'm just
You have
Donald
like a,
ducking
you
it.
have no, you have like a
Like,
mini skirt on,
what
like a
shape
pencil
is
skirt.
your-
Yeah.
Okay, but like, how ripped is he? Just wondering.
So he's not really. He doesn't have any like outward appearance. Like he doesn't have like a six pack. He doesn't have like rippled, chiseled muscles or anything like that.
Kothar's disappointed.
But you can tell that his muscles are more. How do I put this? More functional than they are aesthetics.
Okay.
It
Okay.
looks like, he has like the drummer veins like popping out of his wrists, and it looks like his grip strength is immaculate.
Okay, very important question to ask. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Buff, for your answer.
Yes. Yeah, he
Very
just slithers up
important.
beside you and just goes, I heard that this was this is the group I'm supposed to be stationed with.
Are you traveling with us? Oh, you're the lieutenant. Yes.
Yes.
Davra
I
kind of
am-
looks at you very knowingly and then kind of gives you a little nod and a little smile that, like, you understand. Be friendly, Nero. These are our new friends.
I'm so sorry. My name's Nero Kelvine. I will be accompanying you on your trip to the Underdark. I have vast knowledge of the entrance to this place. And, Davra gives me the utmost confidence in all of your abilities.
Can I insight check Davra?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're supposed to take a rest.
While Cora's doing that, Kothar will respond, we're happy to make your acquaintance.
What are
Nero.
you specifically looking for, Cora?
You're
I'm
happy to
interested
make this
in that
acquaintance.
kind of knowing glance
I don't know what that means.
that she gave Nero, and the way that she said these are our new friends.
That knowing glance looked like these are the ones I told you about. You know what to do.
Okay.
Doesn't say all of us.
And can I insight check Nero to see if he's genuine or if he's trying to just like
Yeah,
okay.
What'd you get?
21. on
21.
the-
She's gonna do
21.
another one for
Okay.
you.
Mm,
Um,
12.
you know, he has a really snaky face, and his snaky face is really hard to read.
Okay, one sec.
And you know that, like, Yuan-Ti have kind of like a bad rep, so you're trying really hard not to be prejudiced. Like, maybe his stupid snaky voice is just...
Crows and snakes traditionally don't really get along.
Yeah, you're like, I don't like his snaky face, but I'm trying not to be prejudiced. Maybe that's just his stupid face.
Nero's definitely having a
Stupid
hard.
voice.
Nero's definitely
I
having a
don't like
hard
his
time
stupid
meeting
face,
people's
or his stupid
eyes.
arms, or his stupid chiseled chest.
Yeah.
You can't
Or his
tell.
stupid thick tail.
Look, he's smiling. It looks sus, but you know what? Snake faces aren't very good at smiling. It's maybe not his fault.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's doing a really bad job of trying to meet your guys' eye contact. Like he's looking up at Cora or Nakul and then like looks away, like averts his eyes.
So with a
Yes.
12, she doesn't feel reassured, but she also doesn't feel like it confirms any suspicion. Like she's
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's just, yeah, he's snaky, and the way he talks almost sounds like he's trying too hard, but it could also just be social awkwardness. It's really, really, really hard to tell.
Also, how tall is he?
Yasmin's-
How tall is Nero?
Oh, that
It's an important
depends.
question.
I guess it
If
depends
he-
on how high he
yeah,
goes on his.
He can
snake
get
tail.
up to probably
How
about.
long is he?
I think lengthwise, probably about 15 foot. If he wanted to, he could probably stand up to like 12 feet, like if he really strained himself.
Yeah,
But,
but,
like,
it's like snaky.
Normally he's like 6 foot ish, but it
Okay.
varies because like
6 feet
he's a
is
slidey
comfortable.
boy. He's like arching his back sometimes, and it's like he's like slide. So his height varies.
It's-
Very important question. Thank you for your
Yes,
answer, Buff.
very important question.
Yaslin is going to say to what's her name? Deirdre?
Davra?
Davra? She's going to say, "Is this the friend you want to introduce Cora to?" Like,
Oh. No, of course not.
You
Um,
told them about me.
No, Nero, darling. No, I just wanted to introduce Cora to my Kenku friend who is down at the Mantle Dareth. I think you'd get along. His name is Catpur.
I can introduce them.
No.
Yes, Nero.
No.
I think you should.
No, stop.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Trick Cora.
I didn't mean to trick Cora.
No tricks.
I don't trick.
She's
Davra
staring
looks.
at Davra.
Davra looks kind of like confused. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any harm. I have a friend that you seem like you would get along with.
Kept her dead. And she like runs out of the room.
Nero, is Catpur dead? Nero, you know Catpur is a Kenku that has.
Nero
was-
looks into his notes. He's like, he like takes out a notepad that he has in his shirt. He's like, I don't believe so. Maybe I forgot. And he like looks through his notes, writes it down. He goes to like people who are alive, and he goes to,
You have a
goes
list
to
of-
Catpur's name. And he's like, his name is not crossed out.
Okay. This must be just a misunderstanding. I overstepped. You know what? I should stop playing matchmaker. It's inappropriate.
We'll double
of me.
check.
Yeah,
Also,
just,
you're horrible at matching people, so yeah, probably should
well,
stop.
they're two Kenkus. That just it makes sense.
Listen, you're into Devin. That is bad.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Look. It was one time. He seemed into it, but then he never called me back.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
Would you also really want to date someone who's a con man?
Saying
I
like,
can fix
like
him.
she's not involved with the Dark Guild.
That's Kothar like puts his hand on her hand, like very reassuringly, and looks in her eyes and say, "That's what they all say at first."
Do you have a lot of experience?
No, but I've read a lot of books.
All right, maybe I should read more books. Anyways, I'm really sorry
the
about your
Less books
friend.
don't read.
Anyways, should we wait for her? Should we continue the meeting?
I will go get her.
She's gone.
Did she seem like she would want someone to follow her? Like,
She just ran out. I don't think anyone seems to be like, I want someone to follow me.
I don't know how to handle the situation
Nero,
socially.
it's not. You know what, Nero? Just sit here, smile.
I'm just gonna sit down, and I'm so sorry about your friend, but hopefully we can come to some sort of.
Yes. So,
And he just sits down without finishing his sentence.
Lord Arevin, Lord Lannister, Morista. I think it is quite evident that we do have a problem in the Underdark, and whether or not Brunor supports us, we need to offer our assistance to these adventurers. They have proven themselves. I have seen with my own eyes their adeptness, their power. In fact, Kothar here raised a fellow from the dead. I saw it with my own eyes. And she's like, like Will Smith.
Out of necessity, yes, but
I saw this Furbolg destroy an elemental with his arrows. I saw
quite good at it.
this paladin take hit after hit after hit. At Nicole.
she makes that noise.
Yeah. I saw this half-naked drow lady hang over a pool of lava and not get too scared.
Little tan, maybe.
I also saw the Kenku who ran out very upset at me, and I need to fix that, call out that rascal Devin Alton Chandler on a cheat. And you all know he's cheated, all of you at cards, and everybody at the table goes,
He definitely cheats. Yes, he cheats.
Everybody goes,
I tried to cheat, but he cheated better.
I am willing to offer my lieutenant Nero and 8 of my mercenaries to their cause. What will you promise, Laniver? And Laniver is sitting there, all Charles Dancy. Those of you who don't know, that's Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones. He's just like, is it true that demons are infesting the Underdark?
very true. With seen at least 3 demon lords while we were escaping.
that.
At least 3.
Exciting.
This is not exciting. This is devastating. I can give you my support, which is... I have 5
Nero
veterans.
looks in his notebook as well. Yeah, we have 5. We have 5.
5 of my veterans can accompany you, and I will outfit them appropriately. Excellent. Morista, what about you? Do you see that Aramikos, Marion, a demon? What is this nonsense? Is it true?
Yeah, they're planning preparations for a wedding at the moment.
This is going to be an ecological disaster. I can give you 5 of my scouts, and I can outfit each of you with mounts. We have giant lizard mounts, which are very apt for the Underdark. She notices how excited Kothar looks.
Out of character, out of character, out of character.
She's like, I can give you mounts.
Not those sort of mounts.
Lizard mounts are perfect.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what any of you are talking about.
Erevan, darling, and Erevan, who looks like Carrie Ellis, who is Wesley from Princess Bride.
As you wish.
Yeah, well, he's more like the pompous version of him, and he's like, huh. He kind of looks hard to convince. This is Underdark business? Yes, but Erevan, think about having trading posts all throughout the Underdark. You know that will fatten the Alliance's coffers. And his eyes kind of grow wide. Outposts, you say? And he looks at all of you. Is this true? Is this your plan?
We can definitely set that up. The alternative is we do nothing and they come to the surface and destroy the ones you currently have as well.
Oh, all right. Well, I have a small force here. What are 3 spies? 5 guards. All right. But I want in on those outposts. Of course, darling, of course. I think we have an alliance, with or without the king. What do you guys say?
Whatever helps us defeat the enemy.
You all have some reinforcements coming too, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Excellent.
We have paladins coming as well as, and then he says whatever the name of Nicole's group is.
I actually need to figure out what the name of
He
Nicole's
has
group
not
is
told
too.
you.
Yeah. We have a group of paladins, a group of orcs, and something else. And he looks pointedly at Nicole.
We also have Drow coming.
Yes, I would recommend you send them to the barracks at the entrance of the Vault of Kings. That's where I will send my men. And they can lead you to our secret entrance.
And as I met Dorian on the surface with J-Mitch, I spread the word that there's a big battle coming. Send the best. So you will have furbolgs.
Excellent. Well, I think this is a deal. And as she says that, Brunar arrives, looking at everyone. Well, I see you started the meeting without me.
Should have been late.
We're
A
told to
king
wait.
is never late.
You are exactly 21 minutes late, sire.
Nero, shut the fuck up. Sick of these Zentarum. Davra's like... So, I suppose you've gone ahead and decided to go onto your expedition without my blessing? Is that what I'm hearing?
We would still like your blessing.
Look, I want to help. I've already leveled all entrances. We can't get down into the Underdark.
and
Nero's
looks.
smile. Nero was like, Nero does not have a poker face.
There's no way in. There's no way in. You're right.
He looks at Nero. Unless there's something that the dear exalted Zeratim have not told me.
Absolutely not. King, I would never.
Tavro's giggling. Highness, we do have a way in. Us Zentarim have entrances. We just need your blessing. Maybe some
That
provisions.
entrance. Yeah.
Nero, goddamn. Did I tell you not to speak until I give you the hand signal? Whatever. You know what? I am preparing you for leadership. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We need to work on your manners. Welcome raiders, by the way. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi Eldritch, I see you in there. Kiss my axe. That looks like an inside joke. Welcome everybody. Wait, who is our raider? Scroll up. Casper Grimshaw, thank you so much. Welcome everybody. We are playing Out of the Abyss, and we're in the middle of a big RP moment. You know what? Kiss my axe. Kiss mine.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind if I do.
Nice.
Nice. Actually, I think this is a really excellent spot for a break. So, to recap, pretty much all of the factions have agreed to give you some support, and you basically bullied Bernard into supporting you.
Hell yeah. Just a quick question. Were the Harpers in the meeting, and did they offer us
No.
any? No, they were not. Okay.
Devin is gone.
Unless he was hiding in the corner, unaware.
Listen, who needs Devin when we have Nero, okay? We have everything we need.
You have Nero
He has
and
a
you have
point.
Sheila.
Exactly.
No, just Nero.
Sheila followed you to the meeting, by the way, and like sat down, and is like has a teacup and is like,
What kind of tea are you drinking?
I don't know. I don't have taste buds.
Wait, is it Bob from Overwatch?
I don't know what Bob for Overwatch is.
Bob! Do
Bob.
something!
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I
If only
got-
Devin was deeply southern. I'm so disappointed now.
No.
It's
I'm Googling.
I mean, maybe. You don't know.
Oh my gosh, it looks exactly like it. What is Bob?
An Omnic.
Yeah, he's a
construct.
robotic cyborg
he
guy.
is a construct indeed.
Yeah.
Sentient
Okay.
construct.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is not sentient. It follows orders.
Bob!
Bob! All right, let's take a 5-minute break,
can't
10-minute
sound
break,
like
get some food, get a drink. I need to catch up with my brain so I know what the fuck I'm doing with you guys. So much is happening so fast. This is a difficult
we-
session.
Difficult.
Do you guys like my
Just-
transition?
Yes, love it. Are we wrapping at 7:30 or 8 o'clock?
Do you
I
have
can't
something?
remember.
8:30 is our normal time.
Oh. Whoopsie. Just
Do you need to go?
No, I just I didn't plan my time very well. 'cause
We
I thought
might-
I made a mistake.
We might end early today just to end on a good neat spot,
Yeah.
but in general 8:30 is the time.
Which is how long away?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, because it's 12:10 here, so
Okay.
7:38. It's like, what's that?
Cora, do you need to go at some point?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, no, it's fine.
We gotta figure out what happened to Cora.
I
Fuck James,
know.
though.
Yeah, fuck James is out. Nero is in. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Right, I guess it's time for Nicole to just regret his last interaction with Jamich for a really long time.
Just for the rest of his life. No.
problem.
Maybe not the rest of his life, but at least the rest of this campaign.
Yeah, fair.
Oops.
Oopsie. Hello, chat. How are you, chat? Do you sometimes call chat by their full legal name, chat room? Because I do. Like when they've been bad, you know? Like chat room, you know?
I don't think I've ever called them chat room because I feel like chat room implies that I'm part of the chat room as a viewer. But that's just me.
That I can see that. Bring me back to my like AOL chat room days.
Mm.
Hi, Pajoli.
I mean, it's better than calling them like forum. That would be super weird.
Yeah. A forum. Oh my god! Imagine if this wasn't a chat, but instead it was like forum posts. Like
God, this
everyone
is
had
just
to.
all on Gaia.
Yeah. Oh, you played Gaia?
I did play Gaia.
Before it was Gaia Online and it was
Mhm.
GoGaia.com. Shut the
Mhm.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's crazy. I haven't met a single person who's played Gaia that.
Maybe you've never met someone who's willing to admit that they were on it.
That could be also another thing. I'm kind of pissed. I don't know if it does still exist, but
I think it does, but
Mm.
like,
I would have I don't remember my email that I used at the
I
time
don't
or
remember
my
either.
password, but I had like some fucking stuff that was worth like millions of gold. Like do you remember the slippers? The like
Oh.
nightmare penguin slippers?
yes.
And I had those. And
I never got them.
and I had the demonic and the angelic like headband ones
yeah.
with the that was
Mhm.
also worth a lot of money.
I don't think I ever managed to get like anything that was worth a ton. I was just on
Mm.
there a lot because it was where all of my friends like chatted because they couldn't get online normally. They would we had like this little I guess guild that we would just like post to in our little guild forum thing.
Yeah.
And then it was really weird, honestly, now that I'm looking back at it, because it was like a weird like daily diary for everyone, but it was like a shared daily diary.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, honestly. Like, I do remember the forums, and I do remember, like, a lot of the
They turned it-
chatting and stuff like that. But then, didn't it get either, like, sponsored or bought by, like, Scion or, like,
yeah.
a car
It
thing?
got bought by some really
Yeah.
It also
and then
got really like actually like video gamey.
Well,
It
so
was
then
really
I was gonna say, I
interesting.
remembered like some things started to get introduced where like you could have your own like house something, or
Mhm.
you could like visit other people's houses. I think that's kind of where I fell off playing it. But yeah, it started to become more of like an actual game versus that just like a chatting community.
Yeah.
Chat has come to a screeching halt. They have no idea what we're talking about. They've never heard of Gaia.
Yeah.
Oh, Gaia? Oh my gosh,
Oh,
dude.
no!
There are dozens of us.
Oh my
Dozens of
gosh. I remember when my old school RuneScape account got hacked because I leaked my password because somebody promised me to give me a premium account and I couldn't. My parents wouldn't give me one.
And then, okay, so this was like.
But then I
back
tried
in the
Gaia.
day. This was back in the day before they fixed this. There was a cheat where if you held down F5, it just constantly refreshed. And every time you clicked onto a new browser, it would refresh the browser, whatever. So that the idea was you'd be making passive gold in the game. Except when you're me and you're my brother, we had, I don't know why, but this is, I'm so old. Do you remember film canisters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a film canister that I had filled up with like pennies or something to give it some weight to it. And if I had to leave, like we'd go to my cousin's house and I'd put that baby on my F5. So it was just constantly refreshing and I'd come back to like an extra 10k gold.
Amazing.
Work smart, not hard.
By the way, for those of you who don't know what a film capsule is, imagine
Yes.
a medicine bottle.
Yeah.
But it's black with a gray top.
And it makes a
Yeah.
great sound when you pop it open.
That
Satisfying,
is
like
Goes-
correct. Yes. It doesn't have the child safety part of it. It just
Yeah,
pops open.
just-
Yeah, it's very unsafe for children.
yeah, absolutely. So many.
As
kids
is Gaia
probably-
Online.
Tried to bite it or eat it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it and see what it's all about.
It's a bunch of chibis now.
Mm. Well, it was always
Interesting.
chibis.
Yeah, it was always that, but
I'm not sure
Not the way I remember.
exactly, not exactly sure what the. I heard
You
you
guys-
talking about getting accounts hacked and stuff like that.
Oh
My
yeah,
account
yeah.
got hacked once on World of Warcraft, and that was back
Mm.
in Burning Crusade. I was trying to find out strategies for doing what was it called? Karazhan, the
Mm.
Karazhan dungeon. And I didn't just go to YouTube. I
Mhm.
tried looking it up, and must have gone on the wrong website, and my account got hacked. And
Oh.
they actually halved out in the middle of a raid. Like they logged in while I was raiding, and that kicked me out. And then they went and sold all my stuff, and it took them a week to get my account back to me, but I did it in
Lame.
the end.
That's good. No, my account got. I put hack in quotation marks because I gave them my password. But I was like
you
5 at the
were
time, and it was my.
scammed.
Yeah, I was scammed, but it was also a very easy scam to avoid, and I was too young and dumb to know.
On the
Scarlet
subject
Impu.
of
Do you guys
yeah.
know what Gaia is? Gaia Online?
Or gogaia.com.
Yeah.
I don't know what
okay,
Go
cool.
Gaia.
Gaia.
Gaia sounds familiar. Elaborate.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm eating.
It was just like an online forum similar to
Yeah,
like
that
um
Neopets a bit. like
yeah, kind of like Neopets
kinda sounds
around that area, or like
familiar.
Habbo
Mm.
Hotel, like
Yeah.
Penguin, like those. Actually, I think Habbo Hotel was strictly Canadian.
that. I remember playing that.
I was gonna say, did you guys have Habbo Hotel?
I
But
remember
Julie remembers
playing
Gaia. Let's go.
it, but I don't think
Yep.
it was specific. It was much later.
You guys
Yeah.
are
It was
unlocking
after I
core
was
memories.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Webkins.
I don't know
No.
what that is.
You don't remember what?
Oh my gosh,
I don't
guys!
know
Did you
what
know
webkins
that
are.
today's?
What are
You
webkins?
don't know what
JT says like JTC is like, you guys don't.
What is this?
It was
That
like 5
was
years
like-
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys remember
my
Club Penguin?
childhood.
That
That's
shit
what I played.
slapped.
Yeah.
In like
I was already a
2005.
grown up.
2005, 2006, I think, is when I played Webkins. What you did is you would go to like any kind of store, but especially like Hallmark, and they would
Mhm.
have like Webkins stuffed animals, and you would buy one to adopt them, and then
Yeah.
you would go to the Webkins website online, and then you would basically redeem that Webkins by just
So it's like
typing in the
Spyro.
code.
They
so like
Yeah.
Spyro. Spyro.
Is that what Spyro did?
Yeah.
Spyro was a
It was a
what?
There was
No,
Spyro
Spyro.
and Friends thing. They had something like that as well,
Oh.
where you
Oh,
could
I
like
see it.
collect toys and
Okay,
stuff like
this
that.
is like kind of cute, JTC. They're like
It
adorable,
was so
like little
okay. It was
animals.
so unbelievable.
So is it like a plushie you could have IRL and play
Yes.
with it as well? Oh my
Oh,
god, wait, bring them
hold
out.
on.
You have
I
them. Of
still
course
have
you do.
some.
Bring them, yes.
I will say I have a fair few amiibos.
I will also say that I was a poor 12, 13-year-old at that point. There's no way
Yeah.
I could have gotten anything.
Okay, but Neopets still exists, and who
Neopets
wants
still exist, yeah.
to create an account right now? And
I think I probably created like 4 or 5 accounts because I kept forgetting my password every couple of years.
yeah.
So I never managed to get anything.
Okay, I don't think
I
I have
think
any of my
it was-
webcams, but they were really cute.
I think I was talking about Skylanders, which is Spyro's Adventure. I think that must be
Mm.
That sounds
where you could get like toys and it'll take them into the game. So it was a Spyro game, but it was called Skylanders: Spyro's Adventure.
Skylanders sounds familiar.
I
Skylanders
remember
was a
the
thing.
day that I was wealthy enough in Neopets to send my Neopets to like the spa. Do you remember you could do that? And it would be like, book a spa trip for them, like at a pet hotel. And then it would be like, what services do you want to give them? Like shampoo? Like, and I was just like only the best for my pets, and I like really splurged on it, and I was
I've
like,
heard of
wow, I'm an
Neopets,
amazing
but
pet.
what?
owner.
Was it like a web game?
Yeah,
like
Neopets
It was a
web
browser game. It still exists. Basically, you choose like these little cute little animals that are like not real animals. Like it looks like Webkins. It's like, oh wow, a giraffe, or
Like
oh, an
Pokemon,
elephant.
right?
Yeah, so that it's like Pokemon or Digimon style, made up little guys.
Just a little guy.
But they're vaguely based on like there's like lion adjacent kind of animals.
Is there a trash monster
also-
in it? That's the question.
Is a what monster?
Trash. They actually have like
Oh.
trash Pokemon. One that's literally a trash bag.
Are
Also-
you just describing me or
Wow.
Yeah. you-
self burn? Yeah. So, but then with
Over it.
Neopets, you would simultaneously care for them. You would have to like feed them and shit. But then you could also like play these mini games online, and you could like battle other people.
The really infamous ones are like there are skins that are being traded for real money because they are no longer in production and they're like actually
For
quite
Neopets?
expensive. Yeah, for Neopets.
That's like some NFT shit.
This is before NFTs, but yes.
This
Oh,
was
yeah.
like the. This
At least
is what,
Neopets have a reason to exist.
Actually,
So
Right.
Prime does.
NFTs they came
Make
from
people
a
happy.
concept called Crypto Kitties, and it was like Neopets, but it was like little cats, and they used the blockchain for all their shit, and that's actually the birth of NFTs. It was a Neopets type game.
I
I
see.
believe-
Okay.
I love it.
don't know it confirmed
We're
or
learning.
not, but in my heart, I like to believe that Neopets was like the platform, the precursor to Battle Pets in World of Warcraft.
That would make a lot of sense actually.
Can you see it? Yeah.
I could see
I
that.
actually,
I thought that
I
Battle
actually think
Pets was based on Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, I'd say Pokemon.
You know what? I don't have enough
They
knowledge
probably
about
came
Neopets.
out around the same time. Pokemon. Neopets is like 1999, so
Pokemon
When I was
came out
born.
before
Time ago.
that.
was the
Pokemon
year
was.
before.
No,
I think it was
Pokemon born,
96.
like,
I
Pokemon's
can't
like
believe
93.
Pokemon is older than Kothar.
Wait, oh my god, is it actually?
That is
Listen,
so wild.
I'm sorry, I didn't grow up with Pokemon, partially because it was Evil Evolution and la 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 satanic.
That's
but-
so
Oh my
funny.
gosh, yes.
1996.
I remember I was over at my my pastor's house hanging out with his son, and we were pleading with his mom, I believe, to like let us play Pokemon because we were trying to like redefine the term evolution. We're like, no, it's not like the science evolution. It's just saying that they evolve into a different type of Pokemon, where evolution is saying it's like a long-term thing. We like studied about evolution so hard so that we could prove that Pokemon was not a scientifically evolution. It was it was a different type of
magical.
evolution. Yeah, and I
I
was like, it's almost
remember-
like a miracle.
I remember when my parents finally found out that I played D&D. It was technically Pathfinder, but I called it D&D because I'm not going to explain the difference to my parents, who barely understand
Fair
that
enough.
shit anyway.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when they found out that I played D&D, my dad was like, "Oh, cool." But my mom literally did like the pearl clutch and went, "Oh, are you worshiping Satan now?"
Oh no.
Unironically.
Yes.
And so you're like, yeah, I play a tiefling.
Actually, though,
I'm actually
Well,
a
I-
half demon.
I play a priest who's a half demon, but we don't talk about that.
When I told my dad,
So,
who's very Mormon, that I now make a living playing Dungeons and Dragons, this was like last year. He goes,
Okay.
when I was a teenager, my friends invited me to play D&D with them, and it was a lot of fun, but they were losers and I was a jock, so I stopped playing because I didn't want to not be popular.
Wow.
damn.
Wow.
I mean,
In the
I guess
70s.
valid.
I mean, accurate, but damn.
but he
Yeah.
had fun. He had fun.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's valid for a kid to think that way, but it's also really.
You know, Mormons are really, really intense about like
With the
rules,
clicks.
but they don't think that D&D is. They're not like anti D&D or anti Harry Potter or anti Halloween or shit like that. They're anti other stuff, but thankfully they're not super
D&D is
weird.
fine.
Yeah, because
Actually,
it's
the subject-
because it's fantasy. They don't have a problem with fantasy.
It's always
Some
wild
Pokemon,
hearing these stories
though.
because it's nothing like that here. Nothing at all in my family or where I've grown up at all. So
I'm
Did
sure
you grow up-
religion exists in Australia.
not in my
It's
family.
like,
it
no,
doesn't.
what's that?
Nope.
Religion. Never heard of it.
There are a lot of religious people, but none of my family were really religious. Not even my grandpeople. My
Is there a
grandparents.
dominant religion in Australia?
Christianity.
But Christianity has a lot of sects, right?
Nomination.
I'm not religious,
Not
so
before
I'm very
marriage.
bother looking. So
Somebody get that joke, please. That was
I
a
got it.
banger
I
joke.
missed it.
All
What
right.
is it?
Not before marriage. I said
She-
sects.
Yeah, she said, doesn't Christianity have a lot of sex, like sections? And I said, not before marriage.
Not the S word, please.
Well, because like Catholics are different than Baptists, or different than Lutherans, different than Mormons.
main religion in Australia, Google says Christianity is 43%, no religion is 38%, and
Wow.
Islam is 3.2%.
Wow, so there's
Yeah.
actually a
Much.
lot of atheists, or non-religious, I guess, is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it just says Christian. It doesn't say what sect of Christian.
Okay, so-
I
it's like
only
clumping
follow
in
the
there.
words of Moradin, the dwarven god.
Another
What was
one
that
shows.
TikTok you sent me,
Yeah.
Buff? It was like,
Which one?
yeah, I know, fair enough. No, it was the one. It was like, oh, what did you learn in school today? And it was like, with the kid, remember? Oh no, and it was like, we only recognize like Cthulhu, Lord of blah 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 blah. blah. Goes on and on and on. I was like,
Oh, according to this thing, I have no idea how accurate it is, but Roman Catholic is 41%.
That's just
Oh,
That
yeah.
Catholic.
makes sense though.
Yeah,
Then
it's just
and
basic.
Anglican- Anglican is 29, and then
Evangelical.
United,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it starts with A.
Anglican.
Anglican, that's the one. And then United Church in Australia is 9%. So, yeah, all the rest are smaller.
I was gonna say something really funny, and I can't remember.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
I'm almost done with my meal, and I'll be. Sorry,
Did
I'm
you
not
guys
forgetting.
know that snakes have a cloaca?
Is that the
that?
triple
Yes,
penis?
they do. So do.
I don't know. It just says cloaca on the anatomy chart.
And elves.
Yes,
right?
JTC, they don't
And-
have
and-
dicks.
They
And
have an
elves.
anal plate. That's cool.
I thought snakes had
plate?
3 dicks, and they all just like ball up around the
Sorry,
female.
they don't have-
and-
They
I don't
don't
know.
have. It's more internal, rather.
Yeah. Snakes are very
It's not
smooth. They don't have
always-
any like lumps protruding out because they like slither along and stuff.
But they have to penetrate the female, don't they?
Weird conversation.
I think they just spray. How do snakes fuck? Let me
They're not like
Google
they're
this.
not like no, they ball up like a bunch of them males, like dozens of males, ball up over a single female, and all take one of their 3 penises and try to like
Okay, wait.
get her.
Yeah.
Male snakes have 2 penises,
Oh.
each with its own testicle, but they only use one at a time. During copulation, the male inserts his hemipenis into the cloaca of the female to transfer his sperm. Female snakes can become pregnant immediately or choose to delay fertilization, storing sperm for up to 5 years.
Did you know that Cloaca is a historical landmark in Rome?
Amazing.
Wow.
Is everything okay, JTC?
This is
Okay.
weird.
The reproductive organs of both
we
sexes.
will desensitize you, JTC.
But believe me, a lot of people.
The reproductive organs of both sexes of snakes are housed in the cloaca.
Believe me, JTC, a lot of people get fixated on this sort of stuff. If you,
Slit-shaped opening located underneath the tail.
on snake penis.
Hey,
because the
Kothar,
same penises in general.
did you know that when slugs mate, they both take their penises that grow out of their head and they sword fight each other and try to penetrate each other with
He took
sperm?
his headphones off.
Yep.
I think you're spreading misinformation on purpose, Scarlet.
No, that's actually true.
That just sounds like the game genital jousting.
No,
It is.
I'm not spreading misinformation. It's true. Slugs are
So they got the
asexual.
idea.
They both have male and female parts, and they both try to stab each
They
other
sword
with their
fight?
they try to like stab each
Mhm.
other with their penis gland and inject because they don't want to be pregnant because pregnancy sucks, but they want to get their like they want to reproduce somehow, so they just
They fight over who gets pregnant. I love it.
Sword fight. Wait.
Okay. Hold on, let me see if I have any greens in my teeth.
By the
think we're
way,
good.
I probably should have asked this prior. Does anybody have any snake phobias?
No.
All right,
really
good.
We're neuropositive here, okay?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Believe it or
I
not,
just don't know how to explain.
I have a slight phobia of spiders, which is kind of fitting for me playing
Yeah,
as
you
them.
know, makes sense.
I did-
But not fitting of me playing Russian.
I did
I did-
not have a phobia of spiders until like this week. I've been dealing with a lot of real spiders in my garden, and it's kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I saw your tweet about that. How you poked
Mm.
one.
Yeah.
No, I sprayed it down with a
you
a
suck at
hose.
killing spiders. Yeah.
Okay, my hose has a gun on it, right? And you pull the trigger, and it's water pressure. Yeah, those spider webs are very
Spiders
strong.
are fucking tough. Yeah. They
What
if you could I think it's something like it would be impossible to make a spider farm, but there have been basically law enforcement agencies and military have tried to create spider farms to produce the silk strands because they're supposed to be
It's
stronger than Kevlar.
steel. They're like
Yeah.
stronger, per like square.
They're trying to use them
millimeter or whatever.
for like vests, for bulletproof vests
Did
and
you
stuff.
know
Very strong.
that if you like hummingbirds and if you have hummingbirds that sometimes visit your garden, that you shouldn't get rid of spider webs because they like them a lot for their nest?
You know what's really funny,
Ooh.
Elephane, is
What?
I had a hummingbird who made a nest on the very top of a light bulb that hangs from my patio right next door to the biggest fucking spider web with
Yeah, I
a
like
big
it.
spider.
Because also, they're not great at catching insects because their beaks are not adapted for that, but they like to eat insects caught in spider webs. So it's an ideal spot for them to they'll
Well-
eat the bugs and also
So they steal the spider's food.
That explains why these two motherfuckers set up shop in the same spot. I did have I think the hummingbird got sick of me coming out on the patio and scaring her away. Every time I'd come, she'd fly away. So I think she abandoned that nest.
what
But
color was the butterfly? Or not the butterfly.
hummingbird?
The hummingbird.
like
To me, they're
dark,
the same
dark blue.
So then it was actually the boy because the boys have colors.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do they
The
sit on
boys
the
are
nest
so
too?
pretty. I don't know.
Well, it was sitting on the nest. It would go brrr, and it would just sit there. And then I just had the exterminator take out the spiders because it's right above where my son plays on the patio, and I don't know what
Yeah.
kind of spider they are. But now they're all
Yeah.
making webs in my tomato plants, and I'm like, I guess I could let you live here, but I hate it.
They might help eat because there's some bugs
Yeah.
like aphids and stuff that are
Yeah.
bad for like your crops, so they could actually maybe be helpful.
That's why I'm letting them stay.
Spiders are traditionally non-invasive and help
Spider birds.
eradicate invasive species.
Yeah, they still scare me. I don't think these spiders are dangerous, but I just I was like reaching around doing some shit, and then I like pulled my hand away and I saw in my tomato cage there was a whole web and a spider was just like, hi. And I was like, oh, you live here. Good to know.
Want to know how you can instantly spider not scary anymore? You give him a name and then it's spider. You're like, oh, that's Greg.
Okay. I'll give it a name. Hold on.
I have a
It
hair
has,
that
to be,
lives in
it
my
has to be a
side view
female
mirror.
name because it's definitely a female. It's too big to be a male. It's Karen.
What if
Geneva.
it's like Stephanie? Like that's a gal
Stephanie.
pal that just wants to hang, you know?
Yeah,
Or
Stephanie.
Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte's
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
One
does.
of my more popular clips is when I actually had a spider beside my couch beside me. It's like, oh shit! I just freaked out.
Yeah, it's These spiders are not the kind that come in the house. They're definitely garden spiders. And they pretty much every time. So I only noticed the spider because I started like hosing down the plant to give it some water. And it's in like a big tub or like a planter. And as I'm spraying it down, I look and there's a spider like avoiding the water. And I was like, oh. And then I look, and then up in the tomato cage is this elaborate spider web that's only been there for like 2 days. It's like brand new. And I was like, oh, my bad. And then I like went and watered some other plants. And when I came back to it, the spider was neatly sitting in the nest. Like, yeah. And there was like all these little bugs that caught. And it was just like, I'm the tomato spider, bitch.
That's cute.
It's cute. I just don't want him to bite me.
Yeah. Also, another thing you could do is look up spiders that live like in your region, kind of thing. Most of them in North America, their little pinchers are not sharp enough to pierce human skin.
The only spider I'm worried about is the black widow spider. There are lots of them here. I don't think it's a black widow based on
those are pretty distinguishable.
These they are, but the problem is these spiders are clearly babies. Like it's very obvious they are very young because they're small and they're almost translucent in color. So I'm like, okay, I can't tell what this is. I think they're orb weavers, based on the shape of their nest, like their little spider web. So I've been kind of leaving them alone. The exterminator told me if they were black widows, they would have a very distinguished like web.
Web?
Yeah, it's like a mess. It's like a where these are really pretty and intricate. And so if it's an orb weaver, then yeah, they're little pinchers. It's like less severe than a bee sting. And they only bite if they're like cornered and have nowhere to go.
A recommendation: if anyone in chat lives in Australia, do not look up what spiders live near you because it's just terrible.
All of them.
So I was actually looking up spiders and to see what it was, and it actually gave me such heebie-jeebies. Like the pictures I was seeing was making me go like, ugh. So I've developed a brand new fear of spiders that I actually haven't had, and that's because I'm looking at them all the time.
Yeah, well, the redback is very distinctive in where I live. Like it's a I can't remember what sort of spider it is, but it has a massive red line on its back. I think it's
That's a black widow, probably.
I think it's the type of widow, yeah.
It looks kind of like a widow, actually, the redback spider. It belongs to the same family as the widow, the Theridiidae, the notorious black widow. Yeah.
Could we please stop discussing spiders?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, if we keep talking about non-invasive creatures that aren't spiders, because we have a lot of those here as well.
Are you guys?
Just play D&D.
Let's just play the game.
You guys
You know what's also
finished
an invasive
your meeting?
species? Demons.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
You know what? Demons are super invasive. So Brunor promises to help outfit you all with supplies and a steady supply of rations, water, and weapons into the Underdark. You all decide that you're going to go down. You're going to follow the Zentarim because the Zentarim know how to get to the library, Graven Hollow. And on the way, you're going to start establishing some outposts and bring an expedition force with you. Cora, where did you go?
It depends who's asking.
The GM is asking where you ran off.
I can DM you where I went.
Yes.
Is the meeting in the king's room over?
Yeah, because I just don't want to roleplay it
No
anymore.
worries. I go over to Kothar after the meeting and like pull them aside and go, "Did you really pull somebody back from the dead?"
yes, I did. They want that. Their soul wasn't that far gone, so.
You shouldn't take from the god of death. But
Well, to be
if you
fair, the
give
soul
to
wa-
him, he'll give you back.
To be fair, the soul wasn't his yet. It wasn't ready to move on.
If it was dead, it was his.
And what exactly do you mean, give back?
You'll see.
Insight.
Also, J-Mitch, I messaged you. Or not J-Mitch, Nero. Sorry.
Whoa! Okay. Insight check from Kothar is the 21. Putting on a lot of hats.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. No, I love it. I love it. Kothar, the 21. Yeah, it's definitely something like idealistic that Nero thinks, and it's definitely like it's not like it's kind of he's kind of saying like you shouldn't do that, but it's not like an evil thing. It's more of like the god of death is the god of death. Like taking death away from the god of death is bad, and you shouldn't do it. He's trying to be helpful.
Like an intrinsic belief.
Yeah, but like the fact that he's saying if you give to the god of death, he'll give back is something that seems inherent to Nero himself that he has personal knowledge of.
Okay. I guess Kothar would like kind of squint to try to read him, and when he gleans that information, he would say, well, and he would like reach, like get kind of down into his robes and pull out like the holy symbol, and he kind of like flashes it, and as he puts it back in his
Tamara?
shirt, you know her.
I know of a lot of gods.
Well, because of who I stand with, or rather stand for, I have no fear of the god of death.
You don't have to fear the god of death, but everybody sees him eventually.
And today, it was not Bart's time.
It was. You took that away.
If that's true,
Yeah.
then so be it.
Virginity is giggling on your hip.
Nero thinks this is the best conversation he's had in a while and walks away.
There's just like, what a tall.
Nero's like, this is what a great guy. Like, he's so fun to talk to.
Also, I hit virginity back, girl.
He thinks we answer to the god of death.
I would never answer to that.
That's right, because you are the heir to a demon throne. Immortal.
We'll also see about that.
Do you feel like pride or do you feel
I feel meow. I feel meow.
you feel like you have 9 lives?
I honestly, with my build, I really do. But I feel like he definitely feels like that bubbling pride. More so than like ick, but that ick is still just like there in the background.
Virginity is quite pleased with your pride. It's working. So, you guys are done with your little meeting. Are you going to find Cora, or are you going to go back to your hotel at whatever seedy inn you were at last night?
Yasmin would want to try and find Cora.
Yeah, Lucius too.
Okay.
So would Deku.
Please make an investigation or survival check. Lucius, you have advantage. Y'all suck. Okay, Lucius, you think. Well, the only way we've been so far is J-Mitch's place. I know where that is.
J-Mitch's. I have a feeling she went there.
Who is
Maybe-
J-Mitch?
But I really have no idea where she would have gone. Maybe we should stop and ask someone who has seen a giant bird running around.
Nero will pull a cat aside from like on the street, and he'll pick it up and like stare way too close to it and go, "Did you see that giant crow come by?"
It looks at you because you're a giant snake and starts going.
I cast Speak with Animals, and its claws barely scratch my scales.
It's still speak of that. Does it speak back to you, or do you just speak to it?
Good question. I don't know.
You can understand them.
Steak, 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 steak,
Ancient enemy, I will obliterate you.
What about Bird?
Bird
You see Bird? Point to Bird, snake go away.
It's just it is very consolable. You are.
I turn around with
Giant
scratch
cucumber.
marks. Yeah, scratch marks all over my my nose, and I just go, "It doesn't know."
You might want to put that down, Nero.
Oh, right. I don't even notice it, and I just like put it down and let it run away.
It doesn't jump straight up.
Mhm.
Like
The arch cat jump.
yeah, because like how cats act when you put a cucumber behind
Oh,
them.
wait. I cast Animal Friendship.
Okay.
The spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast you can see, the cat. It must see and hear you. It can hear me because I have Speak with Animals. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for the spell's duration. The DC for this guy is 14.
Okay, let me pull a stupid cat onto the. Okay. What is the wisdom save?
14 wisdom.
It rolled a 17. It spits at you and runs away.
Yeah, it doesn't have any idea.
Well, I'm gonna head over to J-Mitch's house.
Who's J-Mitch?
J-Mitch is our friend.
Some of our
The
friends.
Sons of Heavy Hide.
Heavy Hide. Don't know.
He's still my friend, and I'm gonna go to his house.
Friends are good.
Oh no, is
It
James
was always a
and Nero
bit-
going to be in the same room at the same time?
It was always a bit too impulsive for my liking.
Hi, J-Mitch. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's wonderful to meet you too, Nero. Let's go into our room together and talk in private. No, just kidding.
All right, Lucius, you start heading in that direction. Cora, would he have caught up with you?
Yeah.
You guys.
If it's just, is it just Lucius or is it everyone?
I think Lucius is guiding everyone.
Okay.
might be.
Is
Lucius-
Davra with them? And also,
I think Davra is going to stay behind. She has
Okay.
business. She has things to do to prepare for you guys. She'll meet you at the barracks.
Yes,
Okay.
grease your pants.
you will
Flaw
see
underscore
Cora
za
trying
underscore
to pick
played
the
this
lock
card.
of J-Mitch's
Hurrah.
house with her little hood up, trying to be stealth.
Okay, you said you arrived at Javish's house?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and knock. You also have furry friends. There's a cat who looks like it was recently held by a Yuan-Ti rubbing its feet along your feet.
I said I'm trying to pick the lock.
Oh, you're picking the lock, sorry.
Yeah.
The
Do you want to slide a hand?
yeah.
Can J-Mitch do a perception or insight to see if he
What's
notices?
your passive perception?
Ooh, good question. Passive perception is 14.
You do not hear.
Okay.
Well, play your third character today. Go.
I've played 3
This
characters.
is his third character.
Yeah. I'm having fun, guys.
You pick the lock successfully.
Okay, so what I think they would probably see then, so you see Cora's hood up, she's picking the lock, she goes in, and she's just like stuffing her face with candy that she finds. That's probably when Lucius would walk in the room.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, would Lucius have seen this like
I think
hooded
you would have
figure
seen,
like
you would have
dart
seen someone, yeah.
J. Mitch, would you be like in the bathtub or something?
And it's
Singing,
just
like, yeah.
J-Mitch, I think, is there watching Cora eat the food and like just looking and waiting.
She's like stress cry eating.
Mm-hmm. J-Mitch is just standing there like watching you.
And then Lucius walks in.
Yeah.
Cora! Why did you run away?
Liar! Liar! Davro lied!
She lied?
Trick, Cora. Mean trick.
What did she trick you with?
Kept her alive. No. Not.
Not alive?
No.
Well, it's not very good of her to lie like that.
Lied to Cora.
I am sorry, Cora. And he kind of like puts his arm around her. But sometimes we lie to keep certain facts hidden so they don't hurt other people. It's just how humanity is.
Why lie?
She is probably hiding something. I'm not sure. Remember a long time ago, I lied about something. And we had a meeting that we would say the saying, Gemboat Dragon.
Oh my god.
Something to know that it was okay.
She repeats it to him.
I forgot about Gemboat Dragon.
I have it written down somewhere. I don't have it up right now.
That was like you and Anna
Ah, yes, it was when we lied about the dragon eggs. I remember, yes.
You, Gemboat Dragon. Davra, not.
Right. But you remember we had to hide that information from the rest of the party, just in case. They found out that we did attack a dragon. We lied for their safety and their sanity. We didn't want them to think we were in danger, is what I'm trying to say.
Lucius, did you understand what the accusation of the lie meant?
No.
You just heard her say she lied, but you actually have no idea what the context of this lie is.
Right.
Okay.
This lie not help Cora. This lie hurt Cora.
But eating won't fix the lie.
Are you going to ask her what the lie is about, or are you just going to comfort her?
What? I guess what is the lie, yes. I do not understand, I guess, what you're trying to convey to me. Like, in what way did it hurt you?
Kept her dead. Cora see kept her die. Kept her Cora brother.
Oh. I understand now.
Kept her not alive.
If I may.
Yes, you may.
I'm understanding the situation correct. Devra said that your brother was alive. You don't think that's true? We can be sure. Do you remember what they sound like? Can you say a word that he would say? In his voice.
She'll say his name.
Jamich casts Sending, and he focuses on that voice, and on that inflection, and on that name. And he says, "My name is Jamich. I'm a friend of your sister's. She believes you dead. Please respond if you are truly alive."
Can you link sending for me?
Absolutely. Boom.
What is the range?
I can send the message across any distance, even to
distance.
other planes of existence.
Got it. Okay. As you try to send this, you send this message. They can respond back, right?
Yes.
Okay. Normally when you do sending, it's pretty clear, right? Very clear message. You hear something come back, but it is very, very muffled, and it is there's a lot of interference. Something that reminds you of moments when you were in areas of great fairs res. And it seems to be blocking message, but it's a cacophony of sounds, like in many voices, like an elf voice, a female gnome voice, a human voice, all like, and it's like broken and jumbled, and it's really hard. You're like, blah, but you do hear one sound, a very bird-like sound, Cora, but a bunch of other stuff in there. It's extremely confusing, but and it's also a lot of interference.
I definitely hear.
You think you
his
hear,
voice.
you don't know. You hear several voices, and you hear
But
interference.
I hear the
it's-
word Cora.
You think, but it sounds like a radio through like, like there is something interfering your communication,
Gotcha.
and it's actually becoming a struggle. Like you're like, oh, this is weird. But you do hear.
Well, was there anything?
I'm getting a lot of interference. I'm not sure. But the fact that I heard anything is a sign of hope. And I look up into Cora's eyes, because I'm shorter, and I say, if there's any hope of family, you must chase it.
Is Catper alive?
I can't answer that. Don't know. Sending happened. It's all I can tell you. The spell didn't fail. I just couldn't hear what was on the other side.
If he is alive, perhaps we can find him.
This Devra person seems to know where they're at.
Then I think we need to have a conversation. This Dev.
Cora looks at Jamich pleadingly.
Don't give me that look.
Jamich, help.
I have lost too much. I have Shirsha, have have my brother, I have my mom. I almost lost my father. I don't want to go back. I know no one does. What's a chef doing in the Underdark anyway? I know where my place is. It's here, protecting my family. And I hope that in my absence you can pick up the slack.
Cora never asked anything. Cora always helped. Cora asked, help J-Mitch. Please help.
I can't do that, Cora. I help family.
Cora family.
Your family's with your brother.
But we could use your help to get her brother back. And it's not like you have been unhelpful. Your cooking has fed us, nourished us for our journeys.
Is that all I am to you?
Your
A
camaraderie.
meal? You realize that I went into the Underdark for my brother and found a wonderful group of friends. Yes, but at the loss of somebody I loved very dearly. Do you want to know the full story? Shall I tell you of my schemes? Shall I tell you that it wasn't just me that influenced my mom to leave my father, but my little brother as well? When he wrote to me in college and told to me that he didn't want to be a glassmaker, he wanted to follow his dreams like I did, that I told him that he should pursue it, knowing that that would drive him to go to any place he wanted. He didn't know it was going to be the Underdark. Shall I tell you of Shaymitch, my only living brother, who I convinced that he had the skill it took to take over the glassmaking business so my father would finally leave me alone? Shall I tell you what I told my mother to get her to leave him? All of this is my fault. I must fix it. I can't help you. Not here, not now.
At least you have a family to fix. I had to witness mine die in my very eyes. My entire tribe.
I feel for you, I do. But if you still had something, wouldn't you want to hold on to it?
And that is why I want to find Cora's brother. Because it is something she can cling to.
And go find him. I'm not stopping you. Just can't help you. I'm sorry.
I thought we were a tribe, J-Mitch. And in tribes, we rise above our own problems, so we can help each other.
Get out. My family's not a problem. It is mine. It's not an issue I need to overcome. It's something I need to work on. I understand we're not the most functional bunch. But it's something I need to work on. Something I will.
I will leave. I am done with this conversation, and Lucius will storm out the door and close it behind him.
Cora
Lucius.
takes a few.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Cora takes a few steps towards the door, before turning back over her shoulder and looking at J-Mitch, and says, "Cora, not forgive."
I'm sorry to hear that, Cora.
She walks through the door and closes her, and she takes the pearl out of her pocket that she would lend to him and leaves it on the doorstep.
As you're walking away, you hear a message in your brain. Say, stay safe, little bird.
I think that might be a perfect point, a perfect cliffhanger for the evening. Trying to make me cry, guys.
We tried.
At my feet.
I wanted to ask a mechanical question. I wanted to
Yeah.
wait till after the RP.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sending, it says a different plane of existence. Does that count the afterlife?
Those are planes of existence, yes.
So technically, that could go to the afterlife.
I think it says it has to stay on this plane of existence.
You can send the message across any distance and even
Oh.
to other planes of existence. I don't think the death realm technically counts,
It
but
does.
DM
If they
discretion.
they were like trapped on like the
Yeah, yeah,
ethereal
yeah.
or like the astral plane, then
Or, I mean, this is the thing. All the different heavens and hells are technically planes of existence.
Right.
But-
I think
But-
it's definitely up to DM discretion.
The thing is, when a soul moves on and goes to a heaven, I think their identity is different. They are now a petitioner on their journey to become one with their plane. So, like, when a person dies and goes to the heaven of their god, they become a petitioner. They lose most of their memories from their life, and they, like, basically go on some kind of, like, enlightenment journey based on where they are, where their goal is to become one with the plane. So if they go to Mount Celestia, they're trying to climb the mountain. If they go to somewhere else, they do other shit. So I don't think he'd be able to answer you if his soul was a petitioner on another plane. Now, if he was an adventurer trapped on another plane in his physical body, then that's something different.
Well, there's also the message in the spell that says if they are on a different plane, there is a 5% chance that the
That
message
doesn't arrive.
doesn't arrive.
No,
Yeah.
what
So
you
maybe
got
roll
from the
for-
That's a 95% chance that it will.
so what you were getting was
hmm
Fair's Res interference, and you were just in the Underdark where there was tons of Fair's Res interference.
Right.
I think you would also understand that, like, especially as I think Cora specifically has spent so much time with the party that she's starting to learn a bit more common than like other Kenku, for example.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think J-Mitch would probably get the sense that like this was a Kenku speaking through mimicry.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a combination of different voices trying to string together a sentence, but the sentence got muddled through Fair's Res interference. So it was definitely a it was like
It's like when
it was
Discord
like,
slows your voice down and speeds it up at the same time, and you
Yeah.
get both.
you know where my sister Cora.
Yeah.
Cora, like it was like all this weird shit, but like you
Yeah, like all
couldn't-
happens. It all like hits your ears at the same time instead of like
Yeah.
one after the other.
It was robotic
Yeah.
as fuck. You don't know what it meant. It was really hard to make. You don't remember Cora really telling you guys any details of any family, so this was all pretty like that was such that reaction was so like whoa. Davra did not mean to offend. She just was like, "Hey, I know a Kenku. You're a Kenku. You guys would be cute together." She has no idea.
Mhm.
Scarlett, how excited are you to RP a Kenku?
Amazing.
I gotta
You
make
make
it differently.
Cora.
I have to do it like in a way that's different than Cora is gonna be, because I know how to RP as Cora, but I need to make it different.
Yeah, you've RP'd as Cora so many times. That's one other than Cora.
Cora.
He probably he would maybe have some of Cora's voice. in
Yeah, I
some-
think it would
for
be
some
like
words. Maybe.
a combination. I have to think about it.
I'm a snake now, guys.
Sneaky.
Yeah,
I'm a snake.
I was wondering if you're going to, like, the way J-Mitch left, it's like, have you switched characters? Like, and then I thought it was going to be the halfling one, and then, like,
Yeah.
no, he's gone.
That was kind of my plan. I was like, we're gonna think that it's Devin, but it's not.
Nero.
It was the double fake out.
Nero the snaky boy. All right, guys, let's do some golden buzzers.
Oh yeah.
Let's start with Nicole.
Buff for playing 3 different characters and also hiding the fact that he was going to change characters this entire time.
Have you been hyping it?
Well,
Hiding.
hiding.
Oh, hiding
Hiding.
it. I was like,
I have not been hyping it.
How long have
I'm
you
gonna
known
change
you're gonna
characters,
change?
motherfucker!
that's a secret.
Wait, what'd you ask?
I asked how long
you
have
been
you
planning to-
known?
Oh yeah, years.
Well, since before Out of the Abyss even started, he knew.
Yeah.
So like 3 days ago is what you're
he DM'd me
I
3
have
days
99
ago.
characters
Guess
in my head at any
what?
given moment. I could be anybody.
I want to play something different. The game's too easy now that I can just polymorph. If I need to play
Yeah.
something with more challenge.
And dominate person to do whatever I want. It's so like not challenging.
Yaslin?
I'm giving it to Lucius for that interaction. I really liked his part in it.
That was cool, yeah. Buff?
I want to give it to both Cora and Nicole, and Lucius, because they all did amazing jobs with all of the scenes. But then also Kothar, because of the resurrection and the memory, and it was also cool. And I don't know who to pick, so I'm just going to roll a dice.
Howard.
Yeah.
With
Pretty
the dice
much.
determine your feet.
Yep. All right. A D10. And I don't know. I don't know what that 2 means. So poof wins.
Whoops.
Aw, Poof
Aw,
got a
Everybody,
good
no,
present.
honestly, everybody did amazing. I literally can't pick. Like everybody did so fucking cool. I loved the session today.
This was an important session. It was a stressful session for my I have my notes. I'm like flipping between names and shit. I'm like, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it.
I won't tell you how much planning went into this, but a lot of at least on my end, a lot of planning went into this.
Kothar.
I tell you what, I am glad that I asked the question about about whether or not that was the friend that they wanted to introduce. Because
Yeah.
That's what I also thought. But I gotta give it to Buff as well for the whole 3 characters thing. That was pretty cool to see.
Cora?
I have, so I'm going to give it to Buff also for that emotional RP with me, but honorable mention to Kothar for the resurrection spell. That was really cool. I loved that. And then to Lucius as well, because I specifically DM'd Scarlet, who was like, oh, like, where did you go? And I'm like, hey, I went to find me for like XYZ. They do this.
Oh yeah, she
and
gave
then
me the instructions of what they
parameters.
had to
Yeah.
roll to find you, and she said Lucius gets advantage.
Yeah, and then
Aw.
immediately Lucius was like, "Where's Cora? I'm gonna fight Cora." I knew
It's
it.
Cora time.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Rangers stick together.
Lucius?
Aw.
It was a very close one for me as well. Buff will get my golden buzzer, but
Thanks,
I
guys.
would like to mention Kothar for his, RP of that whole revivify, and then Cora's interaction with her brother, and also Nicole for his rage-induced destruction.
Oh, there was also 2 moments that I felt like were out of character for Yaslin, but that I'm just like really hoping will, like, she's getting sassy. Have you guys noticed this?
Yeah. I
She
love
said
it.
something where it was like, you late or something. I can't remember.
You're actually late.
She's like,
You're actually
actually,
late.
we've been waiting. And I kept kind of waiting for Yaslin to be like, or sorry, Products to be like, oh, so, like, that was out of character, but it was just like not. And then the other was like, someone said something about J-Mitch, and then Yaslin was like, a little too hot-headed for me anyways.
I did hear that. I was
okay.
like, fuck.
Damn.
Yaslin's never trusted him.
She's a
Yaslin's-
shady bitch. Okay.
That's shady. She's never trusted him. She's always been vocal about that.
That's
Listen,
so
when you can
That's fair.
cast an acid sphere and melt people's faces off, you get a little sassy, okay?
Yeah, you get a little spring in your step.
She said about how she hasn't trusted him because of the impulsiveness of him a couple of times, and also the fact that he made it with a spider.
So
So
I
she
named a
hasn't
spider.
mated with.
Oh yeah, I definitely did fuck a spider.
Yeah, and I always feel like Yasmin's supposed to have been
As a
more
spider.
forthright.
I think
Speaking her mind, but she
it was
hasn't.
so
That's fair.
funny when Anazira was mind controlled and stabbed J-Mitch and he went unconscious. Yaslin was like, oh, he must have crossed the line. Anyways, I'm gonna heal
Must have
myself.
said some shit. He must have been talking shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
healed
talk shit,
herself.
get hit.
What did J-Mitch do to deserve that?
Yeah, I wonder what he did to deserve that.
I'd like to think that it's like our party's influence slowly corrupting Yaslin's innocence over time and like
Yeah.
picking up
Mhm.
on like she's been hardened now by like just the Underdark and like life and adventuring. She's like, "Ugh,
Well,
okay."
Part of her story that you may not know is she actually was betrayed by someone
us, rather.
at the start as well.
Okay.
So someone from her village, they betrayed the whole village.
The guy
And that was
that
the one
you
that-
killed
The
before
guy that you
could
killed, right? Yeah.
get any
Yeah.
answers. Sex
'Cause, like,
traitor.
he's
Yeah,
just
the guy called you that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That actually
yeah.
was probably for me personally, that was like the harshest insult somebody could give somebody. I was like, that's fucked up. I remember hearing that. I was like, that's such a good line, but that's so fucked up to say.
No, that guy was a worshiper of I forget his name, but he's basically
Yeah.
the only male god in the Dark's Drow pantheon.
Yeah.
I think he's daughter of Lolth, and he openly rebels against Lolth because Lolth is pretty oppressive towards males. So he's kind of like, if any male Drow has a god that is not Lolth, it's usually him, and he's kind of a douchebag. Varen, thank you so much, Scourge. He's very, very douchey. So for him to have originally been friends with Yaslin before Yaslin had her transformation, that's like, he sees that as such an insult. Like, you were supposed to be one of the bros, man. You were
Yeah.
supposed to be one of the bros. You beat the but he was a piece of shit. Like, Varen is like the god
Right.
of like murderers.
Yeah, not a good guy.
He's a murdering guy.
Apparently, his followers and Alistrae's followers actually start to get along after they both come back from the dead as well. So it was just
Not
this
in this
one guy.
world,
In
sorry.
this, he's the god of incels.
Yeah.
So
That's really the vibe that I'm getting.
He's
I'm
the,
so
he's,
Sorry.
he's the god of alpha male podcasts.
According to the law, they do get along, which is why the other two were spared.
yeah.
But he wasn't, because he was a hateful bigot.
Yeah. He hates the ladies. He
Yeah.
probably was in love with your male self and was just like, I can't be attracted to you anymore. You have ugly titties.
Well, yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, he's dead
We
now.
did it. We cracked the code.
Thank goodness he's fucking dead.
I wanted to suck dick. Anyways, you're all wonderful. Thanks for coming and playing. I'll see you next Sunday, where you go back into the Underdark and see new adventures. And welcome, new player, Nero so-and-so.
Kelvine.
Kelvane. Doesn't matter.
He doesn't know how to pronounce it either.
He's Nero.
He's Nero, and he smiles uncomfortably.
Hi guys, I'm really excited to be here.
He's so awkward.
so
I
warm.
love him.
Mhm.
He's such a
What
little
happened?
guy.
For your voice, Puff.
What type
Oh,
of
you like?
creature
Do
is
you
he
like it,
again?
or is
You're
it
gonna
weird?
Oh, I'm so
Strain
worried
yourself,
for
yeah.
straining. your
It's
voice.
actually not that strainy, because
Maybe you
I'm
want
just,
these credits.
I'm just whispering loudly, so it's actually not very harsh on my voice at all.
I feel like doing that would kill my voice, but you know what? You do you. If you ever want to change, it's okay.
I mean, it's hard to like do it for long bursts of time without losing a lot of breath because it's a very breathy voice. But as far as strain on my vocal cords, there's none.
Also, just to remind everyone, I think we can all take away from today is, yes, introducing Buff's new character, Nero, but remembering that he has a cloaca.
It does have a cloaca.
Yes.
With
This
two
is very
penises
important
inside of
information.
it.
That
Correct.
he uses one after the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
not at the
just a
same
little
time.
information
Kothar has
for-
for every time Kothar gets close to Nero, virginity starts going bzzz, and Kothar's like,
Yeah,
"No,
yeah.
I'm loyal. Stop it."
She would just be like, "What are you doing?"
Virginity
am-
is like threesome with one person because he's got two penises. He has a cloacal. He has a cloacal. There's two penises. We need it.
I'm
Why are
also
you
not
going?
gonna lie. The way I've crafted this character, I'm really excited to showcase for you guys.
Okay, I'll make sure to throw an
All I'm willing to
unbelievable
say.
combat at you next time.
I mean, it doesn't have to be combat. I'm
We
just
have
talking about in
zero
roleplay
clue
in general,
what
but yeah.
Nero's class is, right?
Yeah.
I have
far as you
a
know.
theory. I think I know.
What's your theory?
what's the
Okay, I want to
theory?
hear theories. I love to hear theories.
No. I don't.
Not really. Not really funny.
Yeah, we'll see. I have my theories. but-
Wait, I want to hear it. What's your theory?
We won't tell you if
Nah.
it's right or not. I just want to hear it.
Yeah, call it out.
No, I think it's
No, you
okay.
can't do that. You gotta say it.
I'm getting druid vibes from Nero.
Okay.
Druid of the Snake.
Fruit of the
I thought that as
Snake.
well because of
Snake.
the
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
Druid of the
You can
Snake.
speak with the animals and stuff.
Can speak with animals.
Yes. And,
It was either druid or cleric, but
Cleric?
I'm thinking druid.
You know who else can talk to animals?
What's up?
He's another
Oath.
ranger.
Oath of the Ancients Paladin.
Oh my god, I would
Ooh.
love Nero the Paladin. The Paladin.
I will say
Paladin.
this. You haven't seen him with a weapon at all.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't carry one on him.
He's actually a barbarian.
Actually, he's a
So-
monk.
A monk, yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
He's an artificer. Oh my god, I cracked the code.
barbarian.
He's
Is that
everything.
where
He's one
the
level in
shield
everything thus far.
construct came from? Dang.
What if he's a shadow sorcerer?
What if he's a warlock?
He's just absurd.
What if
Wait.
his patron is Davra?
Oh god.
And that's why he has like
They
a
have
sexy.
they're a little too
Wait.
connected, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying, oh my
Yeah.
god.
She likes my cloaca. What can I say?
Okay, now you ruined it.
Ruined
Davra
Oh,
is canonically.
ruined.
Oh, good jokes every time.
Davra is canonically attracted to all three of Buff Lovin's characters.
Actually, yeah.
And she's frustrated about it too.
There's like really short dudes and really tall dudes.
Hey, Nero can get really short if he just goes
can.
low on his snake
He's very
belly.
slithery. He's a very slithery boy. He can be any.
Slithery.
Can't really
Any
fit on
size.
small beds though.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does
So-
Nero sleep? Does he like coil up on
He
the
curls
ground?
up. Yeah, he curls up.
I mean, it still wouldn't fit on a small bed.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, but we can use Nero as a bed if we ever need it.
No.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Nero would hate the idea of somebody sleeping on him for that long, but like he wouldn't complain.
He's
He'd be
like,
like, "This is
Nice
great."
guy, Nero.
Davra
Ah.
makes me do it all the time.
Yeah, he's like, "This is great, guys. I love the camaraderie."
Okay.
when you were describing
Your armor's
new
digging
character,
into my spine right now.
Yeah.
He's
when
I'm
you were
sorry?
describing- I was saying when you were describing your character, all I could think of, like the closest thing I could think of, was a Gif Yankee.
Oh, this
Because
Yeah.
that's the only one I had. Like, because there was a Gif Yankee in
Oh, there's
Never
the-
Tonight's. Never
It's
Tonight's
very similar to a Gith Yankee,
too.
except that it's just a snake person.
A
Instead of an
Yuan-Ti,
elf.
not a Gith Yankee.
Yeah.
When you described
Yeah,
it
it's
with
a
legs the
onesie.
first time, I thought you were like, is it a Yuan-Ti or is it
I
a lizard
kind
folk?
of I like the idea of him not having legs better than him having legs
This
because
whole
I
time
originally
I thought you had.
I only saw the picture of Wanty with legs and a tail, which you can do either or apparently.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, because there's abominations and then there's the purebloods. The purebloods look like
Yeah.
humans. Abominations
Exactly.
look like the snaky. So you're an abomination,
And there's
right?
and then there's
So
like
when
a
I did
mix
the
in
artwork-
between. Sure. Yeah. When you do the artwork, hit me up. I actually put a picture of the pattern
Oh,
that he has in shitpost. So if you guys want to look at the picture of the snake, that's the snake pattern that Nero has on him as
I
well.
can't wait to draw him.
Mhm.
Cool.
Wait,
I
actually,
will-
what color is Nero?
Brown and yellow.
That one. The one over there.
Brown and
that I
yellow?
put the picture up of.
Nemo-
Whatever color that
Okay,
is that I
looking.
can't tell.
I do want to say sorry to Scarlet. I haven't gone back to you with
Oh,
those
okay, that one.
names and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still just getting over the COVID. I only tested negative like 2 days ago, and I'm still recovering.
Oh, do you guys want to see? I already set this up for you. Activate.
Oh,
Here
Set what up
is
where?
your army.
look, it's the lizards.
Whoa.
Where are we looking?
It's in
Foundry.
Metal pans.
Foundry.
Unfound. Oh, to the
Marching
I was
army.
looking at that before.
But
we
J-Mitch
started.
is there, and he's not here anymore.
I know. Hold on, I'll pull out. I have.
It's just another dwarven cook.
Hold on, I have him. Nero.
Flay Mitch. Flay
You
Vermitch.
have Nero? Oh, I want to see. Ooh, look, it's Nero.
Do
Wait.
you guys know
mm.
Linguini?
Look, the closest thing I could find was a Medusa. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. No,
They
it's,
didn't have
I
any
mean,
UNT. So it's just you're wearing that's your hair.
It's
just-
decorative. It's decorative. It's just
Yeah.
a hat he
part
wears.
of the headdress.
He's
Yeah.
bald. Honestly, he canonically bald. Doesn't have any
It's
hair.
actually, he's wearing the cat on his head.
Yeah.
It's with Cora. That cat's been following Cora
Mm.
because Flaza gave you a furry friend. It's a black cat,
Aw.
and it like blends with you as you walk. It looks like an extension.
Very cool.
She started mimicking the sound of it purring, kept
Oh,
Mm.
to comfort herself.
oh, the cat's with you. And are you gonna name it Cat Purr or?
No,
Oh.
That would be so
No.
sad.
she's gonna make the cat make a sound.
Let's think. What would Slash do?
That's the cat's name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was giving you like little chirps.
Yeah.
So
Oh, his name is Chirp.
come here.
His name is
Yeah.
Chirp.
Okay. Chirp the
Aw.
cat.
Chirp the cat. I love it.
And all the while, Shiny's just sitting in the bag of holding.
Yeah, but you know what? Shiny is counting her gold coins and she doesn't give a fuck. She's probably hibernating. Dragons hibernate for like months at a time.
I have to go.
Yeah.
we're gonna- let's go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bye, everybody. You're
Bye, everybody.
amazing.
Bye.
Let me get us out of here. Okay, everybody. Thank you for being here. Today was kind of like an intermission session. It was fantastic. I hope you all had a good time. Please come back next Sunday at 5 Pacific time. They're going back into the Underdark, and I'm going to try to kill him. We get to see Nero in combat. Nero is Bufflovin's new character. Jay, thanks again for the gifted subs. That was very, very kind of you. I'm super sleepy and I just want to go have a drink and hang out with my hubby bubby. Also, I have to every week I got to show you my notes. Here are my notes for today. See how it's just pictures. All I draw is pictures now for my notes. It just makes it so much easier. Like, look at. Do you know what any of this means? It's just little pictures because I look at it and I go, oh, I know what that means. Yep, I know what that means. Yeah, but this is how I take D&D notes. It's perfect. What does it mean? It means a lot. Look, this means that the Harpers have closed off all of the path switchways into the Underdark, and this means the Zentarim actually have a secret door that leads to Mantle Dareth, where they can give you the key to find the library of Graven Hollow. This means that the Emerald Enclave is interested in preserving the earth and keeping the natural cycle clean. This means that the Lord's Alliance really cares about their money and their trade routes, and so that's really important to them. And this means that the Order of the Gauntlet is just really about justice and fighting demons and stuff. So yeah, does it make sense? Yeah, it's like thieves' cats. Sure. Got it. Okay, I'm so sleepy. It's like secret symbols of Bilbo's Lonely Mountain. Yeah, it's like secret symbols that I understand. It actually makes it faster for me to like navigate my notes. because I can see it and immediately see what's going on instead of having to read across. Oh, you want to see my notes on Teardra? Okay. Okay. Here's Teardra. She's writing, this is her dragon horde opus, like what she's working on. It's called the Arcadium. She's into maps and discovery and like mushrooms and shit. She loves cheesecake and books, and she keeps a journal, and she has a little spyglass, and she is interested in science. So here's science, but she also is a dragon, so she likes coins and treasure and hoard, and she has a cute backpack. And she's like kind of sweet, and she's got like writing pants. Skyroglyphs. Kurtsu, is that Teardra? Perfect. Yeah, I really like this new little setup that I've made. It's actually been really good for me because I could look at that and I know how to like role play her because I know all of what's important to her and what's her like her interests. And so I'm going to do that for all the characters that I have to role play regularly. Okay, I'm sleepy. I won't go lay down. I love you all. I'll see you guys. Some of you guys I'll see in my chat tomorrow morning. The rest of you I'll see on Tuesday. We'll probably do a music thing. Aw, thank you. You know what? You actually really like the Pathfinder books, icons for the maps. I do love Pathfinder. It's so good. Blasta, thank you so much for being here. Everyone who watched, you're amazing. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. I love you all. Good night, everyone.